Welcome back, everyone. I guess Hokuto no Thursday, as I think I heard what people called it last time. I like it. I like Hokuto no Thursday. All right. We're not wasting any time. Because we don't like Kenshiro wouldn't waste time, so we're not going to waste any time. That's just the general motto I'm going to start applying to my life now. We've got a fun one. We're going chronologically through the Fist of the North Star games here. Oh, yes. You know it. You know it, Libra. Here we go. We are playing our kind of, sort of first fighting game on this stream. Oh, hold on. I think I got it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Kind of, sort of first fighting game. If you can call this a fighting game, this is 10 Big Brawls for the King of Universe. There's a nice little Game Boy sprite of Kenshiro there. Kellen Winslow, thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment very much. We're going to be keeping this up for a while. We got a long way to go. Just like Kenshiro, we also have a long way to go until we defeat Rao. I don't really know what's going to happen when we finally finish off of all of these games. If I have to fight Rao in real life, I will probably pee myself and run away. That is my promise to you. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me just figure out what's going on with. That's weird. The position of my window for this is strange, but that's okay. It's not impacting any of you. It's just impacting me. And not even really that much. All right, so how many people have played this? I'm curious. I feel like this music is going to be terrible, so I should probably turn it down a little bit. Maybe there-ish. How's that seem? Yeah, the universe? I don't know if ruling the universe was anyone's ambition. In Hokuto no Ken, that seems a little wide, even for someone like Rao. You used to own it as a kid. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is still too loud, isn't it? It's very shrill. So maybe we're gonna put it down to about there. And in my headphones as well, because that's gonna drive me nuts if I have to deal with it. So this game came out in 1989 in Japan, 1990 in North America. And so it's a pre-Street Fighter fighting game. Yes, those did exist. They did not look anything like the fighting. Well, okay, maybe that's a dramatic statement. They did not look much like the fighting game would after Street Fighter II hit arcades in 1991. And boy, oh boy, next stream will we be looking at some big boy Hokuto no Ken fighting games, but this is not one of them. This is its own strange little creature. I watched all of it. I finished it just last night. I watched 14 episodes that were available up until we previewed Jagi at the end there. So I quite liked it. It was what I wanted from that show. It was a visually updated, much more, quick and to the point version of the same story. They didn't discernibly change anything. They just had a much nicer pace, which I really appreciated, because those old, did Hallelujah grow on me? Oh, again, I don't dislike it. I don't think it's a bad song. I don't think I'm really going to be listening to it, like, outside of the show. It's just, and actually a lot of, why am I blanking on the, Alexandros, right? A lot of their songs kind of have that effect on me. I can't really quantify why. But they're just sort of okay. I'm like, this is a fine song. This is a fine sort of like rock pop song. And I move on to something else. It's just kind of how I feel. They're not bad. They're just not anywhere near the top of my list. So you do the, Kiba Ichizoku, the Wolf Clan with Rei. And then at the very end of that episode, you see Jagi appear and he does his Ore no na o itte miro, the say my name thing. And then that's kind of like your teaser for what's coming next. You just see him coming up on the bike, like helping, you know, a woman who's being chased by some bumbling, you know, big brute guy. So yeah, it ends right about there. It was good. Ray, just like he always does, you know, 80% of his dialogue was "Airi!" Just, you know, and for the span of like 2 or 3 episodes. But that's kind of what you expect with the Wolf Clan part, right? All right, so we don't have a second player here, so we're not going to be doing any versus or team, but yes, you too could pull out a Game Boy Link cable and play a multiplayer with a friend. Has anyone in the history of the universe done that? I doubt it, but it was possible. Yeah, Disc 6 on the original show sounds right, and I think they said 2027 for the next season. I don't know if they've committed to when. But we've got a little while to wait. We're going to be hanging in there. So I'm probably going to move to the new Ghost in the Shell show, which is only a few episodes deep. Catch up on that, and then run that along with Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games is my kind of 2 shows that I'm keeping up with this season. Yeah, it was a really good pop. I agree with that, Libra. And like I got a real soft spot in my heart for Toshi. You know, I'm an old head. I love X-Japan, and who shouldn't? And having him do a good version of Io Torimoto was, I agree, that's a very good choice, and I'm glad that they made it the ending and not the opening. Like, fantastic decisions really made all around in that show, I would say. And I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm torturing you all with this music, but I feel like even though the visual style was similar to that Berserk TV series that came out a handful of years ago, I feel like maybe it's just a Fist of the North Star thing that I've got going for me, but I feel like I adapted to the visual style in this way quicker and way more smoothly than I ever did for that Berserk show. Something about it always bothered me throughout Berserk, and here I just stopped noticing it. Like, I got to it almost right away. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if they've improved on it or smoothed it out somehow, or if it was just my mind, you know, correcting because I know Fist of the North Star so well. Yeah, I'm excited to hear that it's more true to the manga. I've never read the manga. I've never read the Ghost in the Shell manga. Maybe that's a crime. I've only ever seen the anime things. Anyway, you can see kind of what's going on here, right? So we pick normal, and we have quite an assortment of characters here, right? Actually, hold on. Give me one moment here. Okay. So, when we go into normal, we have a character select here, right? And we have quite a few characters, right? We have a lot of who you would expect. We have Kenshiro, we have Heart, we have Shin, we have Jagi, we have... I'm not even actually... I'd have to see the katakana for his name to see how it's pronounced. Like, Uger? Like, that's fucking Rao's general. What is he doing here? Souther, Rao, and then the people from part 2, Falco, Han, Hyo, and Kaio. Can anyone tell me who is missing? Here's a hint. We just talked about him a little bit earlier. Who is missing? What notable character is missing from this lineup? And what notable character has been missing from every Fist of the North Star game that we've played on this stream so far? Thank you. It's Ray. Why is Ray not in this game? And Rao's goddamn general is in this game. Why? I feel like the people making these games hated Ray. I really do. For God's sake, and Mamiya. Yes, to be fair, Mamiya, also a very significant character in those games, not to be seen anywhere, but though I don't agree with it, I can kind of understand because, like, playing as a woman in a video game, that's crazy. Like, there might have been a little bit of that going on, right? But I don't know what they had against Ray. I really don't. He was on the cover. He was on the cover of the Master System game, and he never appeared once in the video game. What is wrong with you video game developers? What is wrong? I don't understand. All right. Now that I've had my rant, thank you everyone for indulging me there. Let's see. So we're not going to try out every character. We don't have that much time. But you know, we're going to pick the ones that we really need to see, right? I can't pick Ray. Oh yeah, I have some experience playing the Hokuto Musou games. I played at least the first one when it came out, and I love that I could play as Ray and Mamiya. Like, I was in hog heaven for that. All right, let's start with the basics, right? Let's start with Kenshiro, because you know we gotta try Ken, right? Oops, I hit the wrong button. All right, I am ready. Kenshiro versus Heart, fight! All right, and so we've got kicks, we got punches, and Heart's getting up, and we can do kind of jump kicks and crouching kicks and things like this. Heart will back off of me for a goddamn second. I will show that we also have fireballs. So Kenshiro, you know, known for his projectiles, right? And I think your charge actually breaks when you... Because I'm sitting here holding down the fireball and I'm not getting anything out while I'm moving. But there are no, you know, there are no quarter circles, there are no half circles, you don't get any of that. I'm actually trying to figure out how long to charge. I mean, I seem to just be able to spam Heart with jump kicks here and do, you know, at least fairly well. Kenshiro gets 20... Oh yeah, by the way, you level up in this. So this is a little bit of a unique mechanic. Like, you're leveling up the character that you choose to get stronger in each match. Which is not, you know, a normal thing you see in a fighting game. So, and who we've got... It was a Shin who is launching projectiles at me. I don't know why... I'm not sure why I can't... Why my projectile isn't being thrown here. There we go. Maybe it's just a really long charge? So you can actually just play a zoning game here with Kenshiro and other characters, as we're kind of doing here, right? But I feel like jumping, at least with Kenshiro, like jumping in with this kick, I mean, it's not big damage, but this game can't have combos. It just can't. There's no way it does. Not like real combos, right? I don't think this was that sophisticated yet. Yeah, I feel like this is more of a karate champ. Yeah. This has a lot more... Oh, there's a meter under here. I didn't even see the meter. So that meter under the health is actually what takes your charge. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Like, it took a while after SF2 for fighting games to be codified. They were really kind of all over the place for a while here. And this was before Street Fighter 2, of course. But, you know, here's Jagi. Ore no nao itte miro! Like, can you tell that that's... Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of agree that the sprites are rather charming. Like, they've got the cities in the background, right? It's not a bad-looking representation of this on the Game Boy. I don't disagree with that. And I think you can also... sometimes you can get moves by mashing buttons, like special moves by mashing buttons. Like, I don't think Kenshiro specifically has one other than just, you know, repeatedly punching and kicking. So you can actually move, and I don't believe there's a guard. We don't have any kind of blocking or anything here, so you're really, like, your maneuverability is probably your best defense against a lot of this stuff. I have never played Rao Gaiden. I'm really looking forward to cracking that one open when we get that far. So yeah, the battle against Jagi here is You know, we both got projectiles. The CPU is at least somewhat competent here. Like, it's ducking under a lot of the projectiles. But I feel like if you stay mobile, this is like your kind of best way. I don't know if there's like a damage difference on punches versus kicks, but like the kicks, at least with Kenshiro, are just so fast. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. Like, he had some sort of projectile-ish things that he did, but Kenshiro was never sitting there like cucking fireballs at anybody. I mean, no one really was, right? Kenshiro is level up. Our lovely English here. And like stats, that's kind of fascinating, right? That they would integrate stats into this. This guy, I can't believe they put this guy in this game and didn't put Ray in there. What the hell? He's got his whip. And not all characters have projectiles, by the way. Which is why this game is like notoriously unbalanced. And Kenshiro, I would say, is pretty reasonably balanced. Like, he's got some tools. Who do y'all think is going to be top tier as we play through some of these characters? Let's start. I think I already know, because I did a little bit of research in this before I played it. I don't really have any experience with this game, or I didn't really mess around with it too much before the stream, but I did a little bit of research. So I think I know who's going to be top tier. But I haven't actually put my hands on them yet. Those are good guesses. Kaio and Rao, we'll see. But solid guesses, I'd say. I mean, they are, you know, they are like the final bosses of their respective eras of the show, right? So it stands to reason that they'd make them pretty powerful. All right, here's Souther. Now, look at that projectile. I just want you all to remember that. Because, I guess I'll spoil it, even though I haven't played him yet. I think Souther is top tier. He is not the only character that has a projectile that shoots 3. But he is the only projectile that has a character where the projectile spreads like that. Has that kind of really good spread to it. And see, he's kind of burning me down. Just like just like he did to Kenshiro immediately, right? In their first fight, like Kenshiro got pretty torn up by him. So like for Souther, he can out projectile me pretty well. So I think I'm gonna try and stay up in his face as much as I can, and see if I can't out damage him. Even though I don't think I'm going to. No. Oh my gosh, you actually showed someone first to the North Star for the... Oh, Macross as well? Oh man. Oh wow, you only just game over right away? Wow. No continues? Oh, you can continue. Okay. It's really cool, people getting to see classics like that for the first time, right? Oh, Souther with this big old jump. Yeah, I think I really want to kind of stay up in his face here and not give him a chance to charge too many projectiles. And you can kind of do different distance worth of hops too. It doesn't come across too well here, but because you can do longer, you can kind of do like these hops. The attacks are effectively the same thing, but... And see, I think this is a fairly effective strategy against someone like Souther, who has a really good projectile. You know, just like a zoner in any fighting game, right? You get up in their face, and what's their answer to that? Souther would have fought Rao if he'd lived. Oh, he totally would have. Souther had that ambition. He would have gone for it. Now, Rao, I believe, also has a projectile. Should I give him a chance to do it? I don't know about that. Though he is kind of tearing me apart too, to be honest. Like, is Rao... I know I've gotten some hits in on Rao. Is he just like, nah, you don't get to do damage to me, Kenshiro? He's kind of not falling for the same tricks that Souther did, that's for sure. But in case nobody noticed, it does have a password system. So this game does kind of give you that. Given that there's a pretty decent amount of opponents, right? Like, you had a pretty decent amount of selectable characters in this game. Lodoss War is a fun one. You gonna do the OVAs, the TV series, or both? Wolf's Rain and X, nice, nice. All very much classics. Some I've seen more recently than I have others, but let's see here. Oh, Rao's got a spread, but it's not, it's a 3, but it's not, it doesn't spread like Souther's does. But see, like, he's gonna beat me pretty much every time with that, right? I kind of feel like that jump in kick strategy is not going to work for Rao. Like, the CPU is much better equipped to handle this, clearly. I don't know if I'm going to get past Rao with Kenshiro. He seems like he's kind of got my number here. Oh yeah, Lodoss has quite a few. I would like to. I think those games are worth looking at some point as well, for sure. And I haven't played many of them. I have not played many of them at all. Maybe a more measured approach is better with Rao. Let's give him one more try, and then I'll swap to another character. Oh, were there even two? Well, I guess Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth probably counts as one of the two, right? And then what, that Dreamcast game? Was the Dreamcast game eventually brought here? Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Because, I mean, there was a Super Famicom, there was a Mega CD, there was maybe a PC Engine CD, something like that. I'm probably missing a couple in there. A Game Boy Color. I think I have the Game Boy Color cartridge. But that was like the Lodoss War TV series, because it was, what was his name? Spark? His name's Spark, the hero after Parn. There's one on PS3? Boy, did I miss that one? Huh. Okay. I forgot, I either forgot or did not know that there was and the Dreamcast one is a Diablo-like. Interesting. All right, let's see if I can... Yeah, I'm not... Rao is much more aggressive and responds very well, rather, to my attacks, so I'm not really sure what my tactic against Rao is really even supposed to be. His also, I mean, is it me or is his hitbox kind of weird? Like, it seems like by ducking, he's just able to, like, not take damage from a lot. Or maybe it's just they ratcheted up the CPU because it's Rao and he can't be a pushover. Spark. Yeah, I thought I remembered Spark correctly. Alright, let's try another character, because we gotta show off some of the weird balancing decisions that they made in this game. I guess password? Okay, great. Can I not continue? Do I have to reset? If I have to reset, so be it. That's weird, though, that it doesn't give you an option to just reset. You just have to keep continuing forever, and you can't go back to character select. All right. Let's look at someone like Heart. So again, there's a punch and a kick button, right? 2 buttons on the Game Boy. His kick is this dash. He does not have a kick. Also, he cannot jump! Heart is too big, he can't jump. And in a game like this where there's projectiles, Heart just has to soak the projectiles? And, like, that's how he gets in on people, I guess. Like, Heart just seems incredibly unbalanced for this game. Wait, I'm just stuck here? Well, I was, like, stuck there for a second. That's strange. Yeah, there was that Legend of Arslan game. That's right. I guess it's sort of Lodoss Wars adjacent, right? Yeah, but Heart, like, it kind of seems like you're really fighting an uphill battle, because people are going to do to you exactly what Kenshiro's doing to me, which is just bullying you with projectiles. Because this is all you can do from an enemy who can jump away from you. And I barely edged him out there. But yeah, it doesn't exactly have a lot of options, someone like Heart. Heart is level up. That's right, yeah. That's when he just starts dashing like crazy. He runs into his murderous rampage and just starts dashing around. He'll even kill Shin. Doesn't matter who it is. But yeah, even if you're like spamming dash, like, it's only really gonna get you so far, because like, if the other character just decides to like jump over you, I mean, really, like, this is your tool. I don't think I've ever told this story on here, because why would I have? But an early Anime Central being a convention in, you know, kind of the greater Chicago area, a very long-running anime convention that's been going for a while, since the late 90s, I believe. The first year I went was 2000, and Ryu Mizuno was a guest. And this is when Anime Central was much, much smaller than it is today. And so there wasn't like an absolute just horrible mess of people like there would be if you went right now. And my friend and I were there, and we went to his panel, and we got to talk to him afterward. It was really fun. He spoke some English. Mansumo ohayo. Konbanwa. Konnichiwa. But yeah, it was cool. I got him, he did do a signing session, but I was young to anime conventions there, and so I didn't know, what the etiquette really was, or that there would even be signings, so I think I bought a manga in the dealer's room, and I had him sign that, and I still have it around somewhere. It was fun. He asked my friend and I what anime we were watching at the time, what anime we liked, and Cowboy Bebop was the new hot thing. And yeah, he was like, oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop's very good. And we were like, yes. Yes, it is. That's a good question. About the Lodoss War tabletop. Alright, if Joggy beats me here, I'm gonna pick a different character, because Heart is not really that fun to play, because as you can see, he has not a lot of options. Shinji Higuchi from Gainax and got him to sign oh, that's cool. A copy of Royal Space Force. That's a good memory. That's a very good memory. All right, so let's look at some other, who should we look at? Let's look at someone like Joggy. Like, Joggy is an atypical character, right? Like, he's not, you know, as much of like a fist fighter. He's more a trickster, and he has like a gun and stuff like this. So let's kind of see how he fares here. Joggy versus Heart. All right. For starters, Joggy has no kick. No kick whatsoever. He can jump, but he only has the punch button. So, like, why? Why does Jagi not have a kick? It's a mystery to us all, truly. Jagi is represented very well in that Arxis fighting game, I agree. And, like, that game is so crazy that, like, every character... I mean, definitely some characters are more viable than others, but, like, so many characters have infinites that you can make a lot work, because that game is so broken. It's basically just about everyone doing infinites and, like, try not to drop the combo. So, like, Jagi can do a hop punch, a crouch punch, his projectile, and that's really all he can do. Let's look at some other characters. Let's go to some of the big bosses, shall we? Let's go to the only big boss that matters, Ryūsei. Not this guy. This guy. Alright, so Ryūsei, I think, probably will have a pretty full suite of moves, I would think. Yeah, he can mash punch, he can match kick, just like Kenshiro. And he's got that sweet 3 fireball that's gonna keep hard out. Look at that. We're just zoning on hard all day with this thing. Well, until he gets in, I guess. But then I just, like, neutral kick him and he's back out again. Yeah, hard is not letting me charge up that fireball, and with good reason. I wouldn't if I was hard either. The Arxis fighter was remade in Mugen? Oh my gosh. The Patlabor 2 soundtrack. Interesting. It's a good... Patlabor 2 is a good one. I like those first two Patlabor movies quite a bit. Yep, Kenshiro's in City of the Wolves. I haven't gotten a chance to play City of the Wolves much. I don't have as much time to play fighting games that aren't old as I would like these days, but I played around with him a little bit in training mode. He's very interesting. He's very unique he has a lot of unique mechanics from any other character in that game. Like, he almost sort of plays his own game in a way, I would say. And so we can zone out Shin with this puny 1 single projectile. Oh, Shin. So naive to think you could take on Ryūsei. You never stood a chance, my friend. Ryūsei's just gonna zone you out all day. Ryūsei, not the character you would pick to be a zoner, right? You'd think that Ryūsei might be a grappler or something like that, with how big he is and how capable. Oh yeah. Yeah, which Oshi did... Was that Patlabor 2 and not 1? Or did he do both? I can't remember. But I know I liked both 1 and 2 quite a bit. And I'm not, like, hugely knowledgeable on Patlabor or anything like that. I've actually never even really seen much of the series at all. I thought he did both. Okay. I think I got both of those Blu-rays several years ago because he did both. I was like, yeah, okay, let's check these out, even though I'm not a huge Patlabor fan. Or not fan. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I don't have a lot of experience with it. But I love them. Probably due for a rewatch too. I got those several years ago, and I've watched them once each. There are new Patlabor things out, right? That are like airing in Japanese theaters right now. I assume there's a way to watch them, if you will, but I haven't really looked into that yet. But a friend made me aware that they existed, and I had not known that they existed. Also, I don't know if anybody's into this, and I don't think there's a way to watch this yet, though maybe there is. I don't know if anyone's into Japanese drama, like live-action dramas. I'm not super into them. There are some that I like, and I don't really keep up, but there's a new GTO drama, Great Teacher Onizuka, who is an older drama, you know, starring Takashi Sorimachi. There's an anime, too, of course. That I really, really liked back in the day, and I would like to see him return for GTO again, but it's only on Japanese TV, and so far as I know, it's not streaming anywhere at all. Pat Labor was in City Shrouded in Shadow is actually one I always meant to check out, but just kind of never got around to it. I think there's a good case for Rao being top tier with his zoning abilities. I think there's a really strong argument for it. Now, Rao has to fight his own general. Oh, who can... It might be interesting to try him just because he has a whip. And he's not going to let me get in because... But I think, much like Heart, we can probably just zone him. He also seems like he can't jump, much like Heart. So I'm really just keeping him... I'm really just kind of keeping him at the side of the screen there. And there's not much he can do. And those projectiles are hitting him twice, actually, because one of them is slightly forward. If you notice the orientation of his balls there. So one hits, and then the other hits. Rao versus Souther, dream match. Oh. Why isn't my projectile charging? What the hell? Come on, Souther. Rao is like a good foot taller than Souther is, though. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're really going to be kind of zoning each other with someone like I feel like the best bet with Souther is just to get up in his face, because then he can't do much with that projectile, at least theoretically. But it is really hard to get... You have to really do a pretty accurate hop to get over Souther's projectile there. To get in between the... And see, I can't even do it correctly every time. But you can do it. That just takes some precision. And I don't have enough consistency here. And the closer he is to you, the harder it is. I think he's gonna outdo me here. Unless I can get in on him with some jump kicks. Also, in case anyone didn't notice, it's not the classic fighting game like, you know, best 2 out of 3. Like, one down and they're done. Red spectacles. I'm not familiar with the red spectacles. Alright, so now we're Kenshiro. I guess there's no mirror matches in this? Because I would have gone on to Rao from when I was Kenshiro, so... They didn't really think about mirror matches, I suppose. And yeah, I mean, of course, Kenshiro's puny one projectile, just like we saw with Shin. Like, this is it's just no contest. Like, you can just zone all day. So, I think fireballs are really pretty much king in this game. Not king, like Shin's king. But, king as in, like, they're the most powerful thing. I wonder if we're gonna have to go through with Rao even the... Because I noticed it's always been Fist of the North Star Part 1 characters here. So I wonder if they're going to take us with Rao even into, like, Falco, or was Falco one of them? I forget. But Kaio and, you know, everybody from 2. So really, you kind of wanna play Runaway here as much as you can and just zone with your amazing projectiles. And there goes Kenshiro. You know, just like you beat Kenshiro in the anime. You just threw fireballs at him. So I mean, I don't really know that leveling as much is very important in this, per se. Oh yeah, so we go on to Falco. So Falco has an interesting double projectile there, you can see. So he's, again though, I feel like he can't do, he can't keep up with Rao. So if we clear this, Rao is probably going to be the one we clear it with. Though I'm guessing Kaio will have a single, a triple projectile similar to Rao's. They probably essentially made those characters almost the same, would be my guess, because why wouldn't they? They were kind of the same, even in the show, right? Or the manga, or whatever. Was he even in the manga? I don't know. Keruberos. Poor Kenshiro. Never stood a chance. He's not going to be the successor of Hokuto Shinken because he hasn't figured out how to throw 3 fireballs yet. Oh, look at that hopping tech! Look at that hopping tech that Kenshiro had. Oh, wait! Oh, sorry, this isn't Kenshiro. This is, Falco. Falco has some... He's got those short hops. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Right? It is... I wonder if a kid, you know, Japanese or otherwise, getting this, Han, okay, as a Fist of the North Star fan at the time, would they have been disappointed or would they have thought it was cool? I wonder. And would they have figured out this tech or would they have just button mashed, right? Like, would they have actually figured out, okay, the fireballs, pick one of the characters with the 3 fireballs and just dominate? Or would they have just been like, man, this game is hard? I guess we'll see what the Famitsu review says, too. See if they manage to figure it out or not. I find, though, that because their reviews are so short, that they don't really share things like that. I mean, that's also probably not really what their aim is as reviewers. Like, it's not like a tips and tricks, you know, section or whatever, so they're probably like, we don't need to... We've only got a few sentences to share our thoughts, so we have to kind of be a little more concise here. The only thing that would be better is if the projectile just did stupid damage. Like, it's fairly... If it doesn't hit twice, it's fairly modest damage, so, like, you gotta sit here and do this for a while. Yeah, I feel like this would really serve as nothing but a time killer. Like, very quickly, I feel like you'd get tired of it. Kind of see through, really, what it's doing, right? And be like, yeah, this is Fist of the North Star, and I like it, but... maybe not great. And, like, I really feel like the leveling up just doesn't matter in any real way. Like, maybe it has to do behind the scenes on, like, the damage numbers or whatever. Yeah, I would really love to know if anyone Link played this. I really, really would. Who is this? Was this... I wasn't paying attention to who this was. Was this Kaio? Or do we still have somebody else to go before Kaio? No, this is probably not Kaio yet, is it? This is probably someone else. I can't necessarily tell. Oh god, yeah, if you paid new game prices for this... Oh wait, air? Air fireballs? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, and we got, like, scenery we can, like, get on top of here. Which I don't think was the case before. Yeah, I mean, well, leveling up in the Musou games makes sense, right? Like, those games are really scaled around it. But this, like, there's no real evidence that it's scaled around it. They don't, like, visually communicate to you, like, what you're... I mean, they give you stats, sure, but they don't... It's not, like, really communicated to you what your leveling up is getting you. He's not even coming on screen anymore. He's just, like, completely just being hit off screen, almost. Yeah, I mean, I guess kids will link play anything, right? If they have a friend who has the same game, right? Because, I mean, it's not like... Fist of the North Star was popular, right? But it's not like this was Pokemon, right? Like, not... It wasn't just a given that any kid would have it. Surely. I mean, I haven't looked at sales numbers or anything like that, but... Who was that? That was, Hyo? Was that Hyo? I think it was Hyo. Ah, the Atari Lynx. You got it for a yard sale at 50. That's probably about the right price for this game. Did you figure out all you need in this game is projectiles? Did you just pick Ryūsei and spam projectiles over like I am? Or did you not even think about it that much? You probably didn't even think about it that much. Which is, ultimately, you were doing the correct thing, I think. Speaking of links, you didn't figure shit out about it? Yeah, I think that's probably the story of most people playing this game. They're like, this game kind of sucks. On to the next thing. We're gonna have a Lynx game pop up in one of the Famitsus. It might be the one that this we're gonna look at just after this. And so Souther's projectile, I really feel like is the only one that's tough to jump over. We'll pick Souther after this. Maybe I won't play all the way through the game again, but we'll play a couple matches with Souther and see how the CPU does it, like dodging, you know, short hopping through his projectiles. Like Ryūsei, you can just jump over. Like, you have to time it, of course, but look at Kaio is such a chump. Just like he was in the show. Compared to Ryūsei, he is nothing. We all knew that Ryūsei was superior. Yep, Japan did get the Lynx. I don't know how popular it was there, but they sure did get it. You definitely see Lynx games pop up in Famitsu from time to time. They knew Trammell would screw them over. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I would say. Especially at that point, yeah, when Trammell, like, fully had, like, a grip on them. Congratulations! Congratulations, Ryūsei. You were the king of the universe. Oh, and there's retro achievements for each character you beat it with. I am not... Like, I don't know how you'd clear this game with heart. Like, getting that achievement would really be something. The man with no jump and no fireball in a game where almost everyone has fireballs. I don't know how you do it. I guess there have to be low-tier characters, though. Would it really be a fighting game if there weren't? Maybe it's better that they didn't put Ray in this, because then I'd just cry over how low-tier he probably would be. when they gave him some weak-ass fireball or decided that he can't kick or something, even though Rei uses kicks a lot. Staff Kenshiro. Kenshiro did everything. Programming, sound, QA. He did it all. Link's Pinball Jam. Oh, on your... wait. Links as in, like, Atari links? Oh, like emulated on your phone, you probably mean, right? Yeah, did Links have any RPGs? Any at all? Oh, yeah, J-Rob, we did last battle, was it last week? Last stream, I think? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, we did it wasn't a full playthrough. I didn't play it till the end, but we played it through quite a bit. Okay, wait, continue? But I beat the game. What am I continuing for? Okay, it just loops. Wow, that's strange. Okay, let's take a look at a couple more characters before we move on here. A Dracula, a point-and-click adventure game on a Lynx. What a fascinating idea. All right, so actually, before we do Souther, I want to look at Uger or whatever his name is here and see, like, I'm guessing he probably has no jump and no projectile, and he just has his whips. So let's just take a look at him real fast. Oh, yeah. Oh, but he's got some range, right? Oh, and he's got Heart's Dash, too. So he's like Heart, but what if Heart actually had, like, a viable poke instead of having to, like, get right up on you? Oh, yeah. I feel like Heart is probably, like, negative tier in this game or something. Like, Heart is... he has to be the worst character. 30 Lynx games. Wow. Uber, how many Lynx games do you have? I know you have one. I don't know if you have a huge collection or not. I suspect you probably don't have a giant one, but he also has no jump. So he really kind of loses out here against people with projectiles. He also can't crouch. So, like, look, he can't... Like, he just has no real answers. No good answers for people with projectiles. 6? Okay. Look at... Look at this. He's crouching and he's like, I know you can't do shit. Because you also can't crouch. That's ridiculous. Make characters who can't jump and can't duck. Bunch of fucking nonsense. What do you guys even... What even is balance? Who cares? Hard is totally 0-10 in all matchups. I think this guy's not too far behind, though. Alright, I want to see Souther. I think I'm right about Souther. Because the spread on that projectile, I think, is just going to be good enough to set him apart. Oh, Souther has no kick. Oh, okay. That changes my mind. I think it's Rao. I think Rao is top tier. I mean, Souther's fireball is better, for sure. So maybe if you play Souther like this and like are just really a lot more mobile, but you don't have that quick kick. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's a good argument for Rao being kind of up there in the running because Rao just has like all the tools. Souther is missing one, though his fireball is better. Tiger handhelds. Oh my gosh. We all of us over a certain age certainly must have had some, right, Tiger handhelds. Gosh, what did I have? I'm pretty sure I had probably Double Dragon 1? I don't think I ever had the Double Dragon 2 one. I never owned an R-Zone. I think I only played one, I think I only played one at some, gaming. Oh, they are in MAME, aren't they? But God, those games are just so rough. They're so basic. Yep, everybody who grew up in the 80s and 90s had at least one Tiger thing. Like they were even making them for Street Fighter 2 stuff of all things. They were trying to ride that train. Yeah, I think I saw the Double Dragon 2 one at stores, but I was so unimpressed by Double Dragon 1 compared to, Double Dragon 1 on my NES that I was like, eh. I want to say I had a TMNT one. And I maybe had a Castlevania one. Did they make like Castlevania 2 or something like that? Batman Forever on the R-Zone. Those Batman Forever games are enough of a trip to play on any of the other platforms. I have to imagine an R-Zone game would be a its own distinct game. Yeah, I don't know. Apart from, AVGN and, like, Classic Game Room and, like, people who are, a little maybe more retired now, I wonder if anyone's really done too much R-Zone coverage. Like, how many R-Zone streamers do we have out there? It's not going to be me. Don't look at me. I don't want to be the R-Zone streamer. I'm not going to take that. Somebody else can have that crown. You lost it while hitting golf balls in a neighborhood park at houses. So what, you like left it? You left it? Or like you hit it with a golf club because you just got, you're like Tiger Games. This is what they deserve. Oh no, I'm not gonna be the Gamecom streamer either. Don't put that on me. I don't want that. You're gonna get, one of these days we're gonna get the Dragon Ball card battle game, though. I'll take that award. I'll take that crown. One of these days I'll have to do something with the actual modded, video modded output Virtual Boy I have, too. I'll take the Virtual Boy crown, even. I don't want the R-Zone and I don't want the Gamecom. I'll take the Virtual Boy, though. There are way more things I like about the Virtual Boy. That's true. I guess the Gamecom Symphony of the Night, there is a Symphony of the Night on there, but the question is how much could I tolerate it? Could I tolerate it the whole way through to stream it? You said put it down to keep it safe, but when I glanced at the chat, I thought you said put it in a safe, and I was like, wow, that's quite you really valued your Tiger handhelds. Lock them up in the safe. 2600 in ColecoVision? Yeah, I mean, I had a 2600 was my first console, technically. My parents got a hand-me-down from a grandparent, and like I played it, and I was like, there was stuff I liked on it, but I didn't get super into games until the NES. And I think I bought a ColecoVision from like a yard sale retroactively, like after I started getting more into games. I do. I have Jeremy Parish's Virtual Boy, everyone. I don't know if that earns me any sort of street cred or anything. I mean, he didn't give it to me. I paid real money for it. But he sold some years back his output modded Virtual Boy that he'd used for Virtual Boy Works, and I bought it. And I haven't done enough with it, so I'm gonna have to snag a flash cart because I only have a couple carts for that. And no one in the world is rich enough to afford an actual copy of SD Gundam or Space Invaders. So I will absolutely be playing that from a flash card because I do not have more money than, I do have more money than sense, but not to that level. Growing up with a 5200. Whew. I think at Uber's place was the first time I ever played a 5200. I don't think I'd ever touched one in my life before then. It was either there, it might have been some sort of a game. I do. Oh, yes, you heard correctly, Starlight Midori Land. I do own Jeremy Parish's Virtual Boy. I didn't steal it from him. He didn't donate it to me. I purchased it with probably way too many US dollars, but this was years ago, so I can't really have too many regrets about it at this point. The first, let's see, dragging out old. Yeah, there's like an appeal to having old hardware around, right? I still have a basement full of it, even though I do, especially for the stream, I play a lot of stuff emulated these days. There was a Tiger Bart versus the Space Mutants? Whew. All right. Well, we actually cleared this, and we looked at enough characters, I would say. So let's see what Famitsu had to say about this. Shall we? Let's see here. Close that. Go over to good old Famitsu. Oh, we gotta play this. Even though the people who call me on it are not here right now, I don't think. Famitsu check. Gotta do it. There it is. No one yell at me for not doing it. I did it. I did the thing. Okay, let's see here. Let's zoom in on this a bit. Maybe like so. All right. Speaking of the Atari Lynx, I told you there was one here. So this is the January 5th, 1990 issue of Famitsu. So we are living the 90s. We got to keep it thematic. Fist of the North Star. And we're looking at the reviews here. So our game that we just played is in here, but you know how we do. We got to look at some of the other ones first, at least see what they scored. I'll zoom out slightly for this one just to make scrolling easier. I had Double Dragon Tiger as well. Yeah, we got Blue Lightning. Everybody, I don't know if anybody has any feelings about Blue Lightning on the Lynx, but yeah, I feel like it was like the spokes game. It was like the reason to have a Lynx, and like it got pretty respectable scores. Of course, Taco X gave it a 6 because Taco X has to be the lowest score on pretty much everything. But like we got a couple 7s in here. People comparing it to Famicom Top Gun and PC Engine Battle Ace. That's kind of fun. Your grandma bringing you a Master System and a bunch of 5200 carts she found out to the road. Oh, like on the curb, like someone was like just throwing them out with the trash. How ironic that there were 5200 games out that someone was throwing away in the trash. I'll let you all do the comments yourself. I won't say it. Yeah, there were, I think this might be the only Lynx game that's in this issue of Famitsu, but yes, we've looked at issues of Famitsu that had like little miniature blocks of Lynx games. It's crazy. I think they got almost everything up into a point. I think I got a Game Boy the Christmas of the year it came out. I got one pretty early. We were moving houses. It was the first time in my life that I ever moved houses. And I think my parents felt a little bad for me, and they were like, "We're gonna get him the Game Boy. It's fine." A household going from a 50. Yeah, oof, a 50. I mean, the Master System is way bigger of a step up, right? Like, no doubt. Like, say what you want about the Master System, but we can't. I don't think we can compare it to a 5200. Not really. Got a Game Gear first. I got a Game Gear quite a bit after, and I don't think I ever had much software for it. I don't know why. I guess it ate batteries real fast, so maybe that had something to do with it. And yet we've also got USA Pro Basket Game, and I think who's Starlight Midori Land said it was like taking it to the hoop. So that was a PC Engine. That was a PC Engine Who card. Got a couple 7s, a couple 6s. So pretty good. We've got the Super Shinobi. I know Revenge of Shinobi. I know there have to be some fans of this one out here. That's for sure. This is a perennial favorite Shinobi game for most people. Boy, we got some heavy hitters here. I didn't look at this ahead of time. Wow. Color me surprised. Most Master System at least had a game installed. Yeah, what was it? It was Snail Maze is the one I was thinking of. I had a couple friends who had a Master System, actually. I did not have one. I mean, I have one now, but I got a Genesis and a Sega CD quite a bit later, but I never did like circle back to do a Master System. Let's see. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff here. Yeah, the Gates of Zendokon. I've never played this actually. Another Lynx game here. Let's take a look. The Super Shinobi 7687. I don't know. How do we feel about those scores for Revenge of Shinobi? The Super Shinobi. Is it 6s? Is that a 6? I don't know. And that's not even Taco X giving that a 6. 6 seems a little bit low. I can see 7s, I can see 8s. 6 seems a little harsh. Mostly because of the difficulty, it looks like, by the first sentence. Yep, if we're doing classic game room stuff, we have to acknowledge Tatsujin, aka Truxton. Hello, Nappy. We went through the Game Boy Fist of the North Star game. Rao was top tier. In my opinion, I think Rao gets top tier. Though Souther had some little tear. We got everybody. Everybody's showing up for this one. My goodness. There's a more active chat than I'm used to. We must have all been very excited for. Unfortunately, you missed the Fist of the North Star Game Boy game, but yeah, we cleared it with Rao. Spoilers for you. All you have to do is sit back and throw projectiles in that game, because not every character can throw projectiles. Not every character can even jump or crouch. Not every character even has a kick. So it's kind of an insanely imbalanced game where basically the characters that have the best projectiles win. Let's see. No, you only missed one Fist of the North Star game. There are 2 more to come, so don't you worry. They are going to be RPGs though, and depending on how you feel about RPGs, that may either be a good thing or a bad thing. But you did only miss the Game Boy sort of fighting game. That was the only one you've missed, and so we're getting to it in Famitsu here, but we're looking at some of the other games first. So yep, we've got. Sorry, I guess I do talk fast. I apologize. We've got 6, 8, 7. Oops, sorry. I just revealed something there. 6, 8, 7, and 6 for the Mega Drive Tatsujin. We've got the Gates of Zendokon, which Kon. Okay, according to the katakana up there, a 4. 4665. Let's see here. Yep, we've got our big one here, right? We've got Akumajo Densetsu, aka Castlevania 3. And we all know this, right? We all know the story. The Famicom version had like special chips on it. And I think most people would agree that its soundtrack is significantly better than the NES version, even though there's nothing wrong with the NES version, obviously. But this one, let's see what the scores were for this one. 2 7s and 2 8s. Okay. All right. I mean, I really like this game, so I would have trouble giving it even a 7, but I think a 7 is, you could probably see it, right? But I know what we're all here for, right? It's Mappy Kids. Mappy Kids on the Famicom. I don't even remember which one Mappy Kids is. I know Mappy and Hopping Mappy, but I don't know if I've ever played Mappy Kids before. But I can tell you that it got a 6, 7, 8, and 5 from Famitsu. Wow, someone gave it an 8. Oh, you grew up with Last Battle? Okay, you might want to check out that archive on YouTube. I think we might have had some people in the stream who had grown up with it. I hadn't personally. I was looking at it really just from the perspective of someone who is more familiar with Fist of the North Star than was familiar with that. Like, what did you think of the maze elements to that? Like the big labyrinth levels? Like it's just such a weird decision that they made to put those in there. It's very strange. I don't know really what made them decide to do that, because that doesn't really have, Fist of the North Star doesn't suggest that in any way. Oh boy, oh yeah, oh, we looked at this issue once already. We looked at it because we looked at Double Dragon 2. All right, it's been a while since Double Dragon 2, so we'll still go through it. TM Network Live and Power Bowl. I did not stream this one when I was doing the games I wrote about in my book that had to do with bands, but TM Network, very popular, well-known Japanese kind of new wave electronic rock band from the 80s into the 90s. They've made a comeback since, and they're doing stuff now, even though they're quite old now. Fronted by Tetsuya Komuro, good old TK. But they had a game back on the Famicom that got, pretty middling scores. Honestly, Taco X is probably not all that far off in this case. He gave it a 4, and some things about that game drive me nuts, and I can't blame him for giving it a 4. Yep, good old Batman. Batman got, somebody gave it a 6, so 6, 7, 7, 7, almost straight 7s across the board. Is that fair for Batman? What are we thinking? And like Double Dragon 2 on NES actually got very similar scores. In fact, it's only 1 point off. Double Dragon 2, 1 point worse than Batman, apparently, according to Famitsu anyway. Let's see. Heavy Unit. Sorry, I'm a child. I can't help but chuckle whenever I hear the name Heavy Unit. Was TMNT 3 on here? Maybe if it is, maybe it'll be down a little bit further. We'll see. We've got Heavy Unit on the PC Engine, which got 6675. We got, what is this? Knight Rider Special on the PC Engine, a game I've certainly never played. A couple of 5s, a 7, and a 4. What do we got down here? Here's our game coming up, but we got some more first. What is this? Benkei Gaiden on the PC Engine as a Who card. Looks like an RPG to me. But it got a 7675. We've also, we were entering into the little Game Boy block here, apparently. Q-Billion. I don't think I've ever played Q-Billion, but it's clearly a puzzle game. I think Jackal would have been before this, right? Because the issue of Famitsu is dated 1990. So this was January 5th, 1990. And I'm pretty sure Jackal came out well before that. TMNT 3 you're a little closer to, but I think TMNT 3 was maybe 91, if I'm not off base on that. So unfortunately, I think the year is just slightly off here. And we're only looking, just for context, we're only looking at this issue because this is the one that the game we just played is in. We're coming up on it. We're coming up on Fist of the North Star here. But we've got Q-Billion. which is 4566. We got Kaisen Game Navy Blue. So the sea battle game Navy Blue. It just looks like Battleship to me, right? Isn't this just Battleship? Look, it's the board and everything. Is this like a Battleship with the serial numbers filed off? 5576. We'll come back to Fist of the North Star here in just a second. I think we clearly have a Mahjong title here. Shugoku Janshi Story Tonfu 6776. Anything else below this? Oh my goodness, how many games do we have? Wow. Okay, this goes quite far. We gotta speed up a little bit here, apparently, because I don't want to spend all day looking. I'm always mad that I have to go to work tomorrow, J. Rob. I continue to be mad about it pretty much in perpetuity. What is this series called? Hercules no Eiko 2, the glory of Hercules or something like that. That's a translation for it, but looks like we've got the sequel to that on the Famicom 6875. We also have Rom Stadium on the PC Engine CD-ROM. Ooh, a baseball game on CD. Ooh, 5663. A 3. We've got F1 Triple Battle, also on the PC Engine, 6785. We've got the Mega Drive, thank God, not the PC Engine version of Golden Axe. Pretty good port, I would say. Mega Drive version, solid. 8s across the board, 8887. That's fair. I think that's a good set of scores for the Mega Drive port of Golden Axe. I will agree. Kasu, Curse. Oh, Curse. That's right. The shooter Curse. Mega Drive game. 7664. Take a peek at what else we've got here, because apparently we've got a lot. What is this? Hold on. I have to. What would that be? Meimon. Oh, characters are so small. My God. Meimon Takohashi Oendan, sorry. Which I have honestly no real idea what this game is. Bringing Road Rash back. Somebody got, I played in a fighting game mystery tournament not all that long ago, and somebody ended up getting Road Rash 64, I believe, which is quite a pull. Quite a pull to get in a mystery tournament. 4574. We've got Teke Azumiku Warudo. So that's Boomer, everyone's favorite video game character, Boomer. 4564. This is way too early for South Park, and well, it's not too early for The Simpsons, but that I don't know if those Simpsons games got Famicom releases or not, to be totally honest with you. Super Rugby 5664. What else do we have? Volfeed on the PC Engine 8787. We've got more Game Boy stuff. Selection Erabareshi Mono. I don't know. This is clearly an RPG. Game Boy RPG 7775. No, you're good. You're good. You can shout out the names of any games you want. I regret to inform you that probably most of them will not be in here, though. What is this? Masta Karateka. So this is like the Game Boy port of Karateka. Road Redemption is the successor to Road Rash. 5, 6, 7, and 4 for karate. It's so weird saying it in English because I look and it's karateka, but also that was like a Western developed game, so I guess karateka is the way you would say it. Heiankyo Alien. I definitely had this Game Boy port of Heiankyo Alien. This was my first Heiankyo Alien experience. Speaking of Jeremy Parrish. 5, 6, 7, 4. We got Red Alert, that PC Engine CD-ROM gem 5784. We've also got Gem Quest, which was another Lynx cartridge. Looks sort of RPG-ish, maybe. It looks more like an action game, I suppose. 6675. We've got Monster Demolition, also for the Lynx. 4575. And we're nearing the end of our list, so we'll go back up to Fist of the North Star here in a second. We've got Gambare Goemon Gaiden, Kiyata Ogon Kiseru, one of those early Famicom Goemon games, 5775. We got Adventures of Lolo, that's one that people know, from your friends at HAL Laboratories, 7788. And we've also got on the Mega Drive, Zoom, 7775. Yeah, that Goemon collection. I don't know if people have been playing that. I did not get it, but I might at some point. It's not out of the question. But let's take a look at what they gave the game we just played, Hokuto no Ken. This is quite a mouthful in Japanese. Seizetsu Juhan Shobu. All right. So they gave it, pretty, we got a 3. We got a 5, 5, 6, and 3. So I don't know how that feels to everyone for folks who've played Fist of the North Star and, folks who have just watched it here on stream, but we definitely have a high and a low end. So let's look at the high and the low end here real quick. I mean, let's start with the 3, right? Let's start with Taco X, who is always our contrarian, always and forever. So let's see. So he says, it basically picked up only the boss battle portions from the Famicom game Hokuto no Ken, even though, I mean, I guess it's fair to say that, right? But even though they don't quite work the same way that they do. All right, we got some, let's see, give me 1 second, folks. I have to remember how to do a thing here real quick. Let's see. Bye-bye. Okay, pretty poor effort even for the time. We're talking about it because it's Hokuto no Ken. 100%. 100%. Sorry, I did not do the thing I wanted to do there. I wanted to... How do I do this? There we go. That's actually probably this is more what I wanted to do here. There we go. Bye-bye. First time I've had to do that. I mean, he wasn't particularly saying anything terrible, but I was not super into the energy. He may or may not have been on substances, but you know what? You can go somewhere else with that nonsense. Like, no, thank you. I'm not here for that. All right. So let's just look at these real quick. We've got so they just took the boss battles from Hokuto no Ken on the Famicom. So they said as a game, it feels like a digest version of a game. I can see that. The characters are small. It doesn't, it's hard to tell whether you're punching or you're kicking. I don't know about that. And so it just sort of feels bad. Right now, I've truly made it now that I actually had to ban a person from chat. I guess it doesn't feel very good, but I guess it is a baby's first banning from chat, though. I don't know really how that makes me feel. I'll have to ruminate on that. It says apart from versus play, there's really it doesn't feel like there's any point in having put it on the Game Boy, which would people have thought any better of this if they'd put it on other platforms, I wonder? Like, I don't know if the Game Boy heard it as much as Taco X is really making it out to have heard it, right? All right. Excuse me. Let's look at the higher one and then we'll rank it. Yeah. I haven't had to try to worry about finding people to do mods or anything because I am grateful for all the activity in chat, believe me, but these chats are generally not so bumping where we get too many people who are like acting up like that. So it just hasn't been a problem for me so far. Y'all have been great. With the exception of him. There's been some edge cases on a couple of my early streams, but ultimately they didn't go far enough for me to have flip the ban switch. Let's see. So it says, I think this is a Morishita Mariko review right here. So it says it's an attractive game because the characters in it are popular characters that appeared in the comics. Not Rei. They didn't put Rei in it. Yeah, Hidaka's got the band mallet. That's what that mallet is. Oh, man. The Game Boy... Let's see. And she says, but it seems like it's a little bit difficult to express the appeal of the characters and their specific traits on a platform like the Game Boy. Probably fair. It's a simple one-on-one action game, and it's a very easy to understand game that is very much geared toward the Game Boy. So I guess she felt it was a pretty solid choice for something like the Game Boy, which is why maybe she scored it a little bit more generously. All right. So now it's time for us to decide, right? I'll zoom in on this. Give me just a moment. And then we'll get back to actually playing stuff. Okay. So this is our ranking so far as it's gone up until this point, right? So no surprise for anyone. We've got the Master System game on top. And we've got actually Last Battle just below it. And then we get into like the Famicom RPG, and then we get into those two Famicom games, and then we get into Violence Gekiga Adventure on the PC 8801. Now, I think we can all agree that it is not better than either of these, right? There's no way it's better than Black Belt or Last Battle. No. I think the first question we need to ask ourselves is it better than that first Famicom RPG that we played? Is this a more enjoyable game than a pretty bog standard Dragon Quest clone that did a pretty decent job of representing Fist of the North Star? I don't think it's better. Okay, so we have a little bit of dissent here. So Libra is more thinking put it below Hokuto no Ken 1 on the NES. There's more game there. Probably there is more game there. It's not good game, but there is more game there. But the thing you have to remember about Hokuto no Ken 1 on the Famicom is that it's so messed up. Like, you have the thing with, like, Bat and Lin, like, leading you through these doors, and basically you just having the ability to, or having the possibility of looping through these levels indefinitely. I don't know if I think it's worse than this. I actually kind of feel like it's better than this one. The Game Boy game does have zero mystery. That's true. But let's talk about the second one. This, I'm not convinced that it's better than this. Or sorry, I'm not convinced that it's worse than this. This one, I mean, clearly from our ranking, we decided that this is better than that, right? And I feel like from a gameplay standpoint, that really does come through. Now, I think there is an argument to be made that it's better than this, but it's not as good as this. That's kind of where I'm feeling. Like right smack in the middle here. So like I'm feeling like it goes here. Not great, but I feel like even though it's much more simple, it has zero mystery, as Libra said here. I feel like it does what it does better than this one. Better sprite work than the Hokuto no Ken Famicom game for sure. Does this? This feels right to me. This feels pretty good to me. What are we all generally pretty okay with this? I mean, we may not be able to reach 100% consensus here, but I feel like this is at least a fair way of looking at it. There's definitely more game, even though this is kind of a bog standard RPG, I feel like there's more meat here. This is probably a little bit more interesting to see how Hokuto no Ken was portrayed in an RPG, because this was the first time it happened, right? We're going to beat that dead horse in just a minute here. But it was the first time that it happened. So I think this is pretty good. All right. Let me get a setup for the next one here. I gotta just change the marquee over. Give me a moment. Because we've got a brand new game here, and boy, I hope this title will fit. I think it'll fit. It's not any longer than any of the other ones here, because we had a pretty long one just now. Yeah, I did. I actually watched even before Basement Brothers did their video on it. Shortly after my playthrough, though I don't think I had anything to do with their decision to do that. I did actually watch a full playthrough, and I was like, oh, wow, we're to Southern Cross, and that was it. Like, it only goes through Shin, and that's as far as we go. But, all right, time to play another RPG with an arcade stick. I'm ready. All right, let's see here. We have another RPG for all you RPG lovers. And this time, yeah, we're not going to see any Ray for a while, unfortunately. Shichisei Hakenden, Hokuto, Shinken no Kanata e. So this is an original story. The last one was retelling the story of Fist of the North Star. This one is a brand new story that's invented for after Fist of the North Star took place. And I should probably get up a walkthrough for this. As usual, we're not playing through this whole thing. Sorry, we're just not. Ain't nobody got time for that. But we're gonna give it a chance here. I'm just getting the setup here. Bear with me one moment. Okay, all right. Let's do it. Let's do it. I can't help but wonder. Yep, the Super Famicom game, which we're going to be getting to after this, is also a brand new original story. But this is like the same world, and it's like, okay, what happens after? I believe the deal with this one is that you are you're like a descendant of trying to become like the next successor to Hokuto Shinken. So you're trying to be like the next Kenshiro or something like that. So like the early 2000s Fist anime with the Gakt song. Yep, Gakt had some Fist of the North Star involvement. Yes, he did. Everybody's favorite Gakt. All right, we're gonna set out on our journey here. Oh, okay. It's 20XX. It's the year 20XX. And the world is once again enveloped in darkness. Of course, it's once again enveloped into darkness. I'm going to skip through some. I'll read a little bit more from the actual game here, but like I cannot understate how difficult this is to read this in any sort of a quick way when everything on the screen in front of me is katakana. So yeah, basically Kenshiro is missing, as Kenshiro is wont to do from time to time. Nobody can find him. And so somebody needs to continue on Hokuto Shinken. And so that person's name is us. All right, let's see here. Where's characters I want? Come on, why am I not seeing them? Where are you? I'm being a little obtuse here. You know what? Kenshiro may be gone. That doesn't mean he has to be forgotten. There it is. We'll just be Ken. Continue on his legacy in some small way, right? All right. So Ken's training. He's continues training today. Wow, the graphics are really upgraded from Hokuto no Ken 3. Holy crap. Like, this is really a lot better. I don't know if anyone remembers what this looked like last time, but... let's see. So he's gone back to, what is this called? Maredo Village, it looks like. Let's see here. Let me get to the actual walkthrough portion of this. Yeah, Malade, or I don't know how you'd really write that. I can't buy a random guy using Hokuto Shinken unless it was healing techniques that Toki would have shared. Fair. Whoa, why am I... Are you supposed to be moving? Oh, I guess this is story. Okay, I was like, I'm not moving this character. Why is this character moving? All right, Ken, it's terrible. I don't know if this is like a sister or who this is, but like, my mother. Kya, yamete, like, stop. Like, we got bandits invading the village. What's going on here? I feel like I'm gonna turn down the sound a little bit here. Maybe there. There we go. All right. What's happened here? My hometown is in ruins. What happened? So I guess he's coming back after a journey training or something. So I gotta say, right off the bat, we're getting a lot more story right at the beginning. Like, we just kind of got dropped into Hokuto no Ken 3, probably because they assumed everyone already knew the story. So they're like, just do the thing. Just show the people that everyone wants to see. But now that they have to, like, tell their own story, they have to make it feel a little more like an RPG, probably, right? And this is not me moving. The game is doing this all on its own. It's like, oh, this guy up here is saying, oh, you're back from training, huh? But it looks like you're too late. This village has already been attacked by bandits. Of course, I knew it. Oh man, I don't think Lin is in this one though, so I don't think we can one-shot everybody with Lin for as much as I'd love to. Maybe she is? I don't know. We'll find out. Go. Again, I'm not moving. This is not me doing this. This is his mother, maybe? Okay, this is his mother. So, oh, my son, you've come back. Go. Lots of people coughing here. It's too late for me. But there's something that you have to do. You know, in my last moments, there's something that you have to do. Lin was a beast. It's the most powerful Lin will ever be. She was doing more damage than Kenshiro at a certain point there. I'll never forget it. Let's see. Shukume no moto ni umara. So the fate, and actually the fate that you were born into. You're actually. And of course she died, right? But mom, kono yo no aku ga. Like, I hate all the evil in this world. I'm going to defeat it with my own hands. Oh, is that what? Okay, you're saying that would be cool. Yeah, that would be neat. Yeah, you get to be like a member of the Hokuto army. I could see that one work. I could see that working pretty well. I want to be strong. I want to be stronger. All right, so now I'm actually in control. Okay, let's see. Let's go take a... The scrolling is certainly a little jarring, isn't it? Because Ken threw Lyn at the enemies. Yeah, he like Umaro'd her. Umaro from Final Fantasy VI. He's just like picking up Lyn and using her as a projectile. So apparently, according to this guide, there's something that we might all find interesting here. So we've got a grave here. Clearly that's a grave with a big cross, right? And we got the exact same menu that we had in Hokuto no Ken 3. So let's see. We want to examine it. So he looked down at his feet. Oh, wait. Am I not? How do I examine the grave? Can I not examine the grave? Or am I not, like, onto it enough yet? Okay, he's not seeing anything. So maybe we can't examine it? For whatever reason? Which is kind of weird. According to the walkthrough, this is Toki's grave. Though I don't know how you would be able to tell that, given that I can't seem to... Or maybe I gotta talk to this guy. Let's see what this guy says. It's like, don't forget to equip yourself with armor and weapons. That's all that guy has to say. We'll do that in a minute. There's the weapon shop down there. Let's talk to her. Says, everyone in the village's hearts have been broken because of all the terrible things that have happened. Only Hokuto Shinken can save us from this craziness. But no one knows where Kenshiro is. Yeah, that's true. Ken got to spend some time with Yuria. He disappeared for a while and came back with a beard. Aren't there any saviors left? Oh, maybe this is Toki's grave. Maybe it's down here. Let's check it out. No? Okay. What about this? What if I go here? I'm just examining things and like I'm basically not finding anything, so I don't know what's up with that. But apparently one of these is Toki's grave. So they say. At least Ken got some happiness. Yes, indeed. All right. So let's see here. Rao came through in the end, at least on something. Let's see here. When talking to villagers, you hear that Dekon came to this town. You also hear that the basement of the building is where you save your game. And apparently it's also where Kenshiro, Toki, Jagi, and Rao trained. Sunken Cave is to the north. Let's see. Is this the same thing where we saw before, where we have equipment already, but we just need to actually equip it? Let's see here. That's tools. So we'll be... Okay, so I have to buy... stuff. So let's at least... And also, okay, so at least I have a spot for my money this time. If you all remember, in the last Hokuto no Ken RPG, it seemed to not show me ever how much money I had anywhere. I could never tell. Oh, this is saving. So I guess this is not where I buy things. Yes, I would like to continue my journey, please. I've only just begun it. I thought this would be the weapon shop, but apparently not. I guess maybe this is the weapon shop. Here we go. And we can actually sell in this game. Again, we couldn't sell in the last game. I want to remind everyone. Let's see. So we can buy a couple different types of bows. I feel like this is just weapons. Oh, did I just buy that by accident? Oh, I totally did. All right, well, I bought a bow. That's what I get for mashing buttons. So I'm gonna hold it. No, let me just manage my equipment, please. All right, let's see here. So I can buy, and I'd see, it actually shows me the increase in my stats as I equip it. Again, RPG basics, but okay, and I had cloth clothes here. But this menu is really weird. Like, it just shows one thing at a time, so like now I can equip these clothes, and now I can equip these gauntlets. It's like, this is just a strange way of like, okay, so there's clothes, there's weapons. Okay, I see how. It's just a strange way to menu that. Whenever there was a gun, it shot knives. Like guns do. We all know that's how guns work, right? That's how my gun works. I don't know the gun. What do you got? You got armor? That last guy just seemed to have weapons. Nope, you are healing items. Which, I don't have anyone else in my party. So I may not have any way to heal. Which is interesting, because they gave you Bat and Lin immediately in the last game, right? So you had a party. Yeah, I would never have any idea either. It's like, it's kind of barely Hokuto no Ken. Oh, by the way, I looked in all of the issues of Famitsu surrounding this. I could not find a review for this game. I looked months ahead and months behind, and I found nothing. So I regret to inform you that there will not be a Famitsu check for this one, because I had all the issues in that time period. I just couldn't locate them ever having done a review for it. And what do you sell? Oh, you're the armor guy. Okay, well, I can't afford the leather armor, so I guess I won't be doing that. All right, so you're not going to give me a party, at least so far as I can tell. I talked to you already, right? Oh, there's no, there is someone. Come on, don't be an old RPG. She was in front of me enough. Oh yeah, this is a who will save us kind of blah, blah, blah. Yes. We know. No, there are no more saviors left. Get bent, lady. I mean, unless the walkthrough is not telling me this, and some of these people will join my party. This is Maeda, the Village of Peace. Clearly, it's not the Village of Peace. You were attacked. Okay, so apparently this is a fellow Hokuto Shinken guy. Yeah, but you want to join my party? I could use somebody else. So in the village to the north, there's more stuff to do with Hokuto Shinken. Right? I find it hard to believe that Famitsu just didn't cover it at all. That seems crazy, but I really could not find it. So I'm not really sure what to think. Let's go to the north. So it looks like we got, you know, right here above this, we got like a little... Oh, this is just like somebody's house. All right, what do you got to say? Camping is great. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. I was saved from being attacked in the village because I was camping. Is this your camp? Do you keep treasure chests in your camping tent? How something. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, I got this camp, or this tent that I camp in, and then just like, I don't know, I got treasure chests in it. What else am I going to do with these chests? All right, let's see if we can get outside here. Because apparently, it doesn't seem like I can really get anyone in my party right now, which seems a little nuts, but, so, let's see. There has to be a way I can get, to the north, so, alrighty. Alright, that looks like heart. Alright, so we're attacking. Go! Okay, so we took 2 damage. Achoo! Nga! They all make little, like, attacking sounds when they, Alright, so already we're struggling a little bit more, because it's taken three rounds just to get through a dude. Hidebu! Oh, he said Hidebu when he blew up. That classic Fist of the North Star thing that Hart said. Yep, it's literally the same battle system, right? Well, I guess we can't go too far because we have to heal, honestly. And we have no one... like, Lynn was our healer in the first game, and she was just kind of able to do it whenever. I guess I should probably look in my abilities, too, right? So, Ogi. So what, we've got... Golken, Juken... let me see if I can tell what of these are healing and what of these are what. Just as a little cheat here. That's an attack skill. That's a debuff. Oh, Hiko is a healing skill. Oboetemasen. Okay, he doesn't remember it. He doesn't know it. Okay. So is that just showing me I can get it later, I wonder? And then it's like, nah, you don't got it yet. Achoo! Where the guy in episode 2 got his head taken off and said, yeah, I noticed that as well. They were very good at keeping the fun little exclamations, I feel like. So I'm 72. I wonder, am I just supposed to be buying healing items? That seems rather harsh, because the inn is going to charge me money, right? Surely. How much is the inn going to charge me? $5! I go get some healing items. No. So I can at least go up north and grind a little bit and see what's going on. Let's see, the items were up here? I think so. Give me your best healing items. So that's definitely Chiryoyaku, because that's literally like healing herb. So I guess you just buy some of these. Give them to me. And I'm guessing I have a very limited inventory. I guess give me a couple for now. And then we'll go out there and walk north and see what's there. like we're supposed to do. Yeah, so did Berserk make significant changes? Is that what is that one of the problems people had with it? I've read some of the Berserk manga, but I haven't read all of it. I will admit. I'm not the most like Berserk familiar person in the world. Oh god, 2-on-1? Oh lord, and they got a... This is not good. Alright, I better use that herb, like right now. Already they're really kind of stacking the deck against you, like right from the start. Like this balance, like I think I'm actually gonna die. Okay, I managed to get the herb off first. Can I use maybe one of these attack abilities? Okay, I just don't know any of them yet. They're here in the menu, and I just don't know any of them yet. I do remember hearing that it skipped a bunch of stuff. I need to get back to reading Berserk one of these days. Yeah, I mean, the difficulty level is just kind of staggering. Like, this is... The first one wasn't. The first one was actually pretty straightforward right out the gate, because you had 3 party members, and now this one is just, like, kind of smacking you around. Like, look at how long it's taking me to even take out one of these enemies. Yeah, I started reading Berserk a while back. It's just one of those things where something pulled me away, and never quite made it back to it. All right, I'm almost abish. All right, like I'm already almost dead again. So like, I'm actually gonna go use the inn here. So this is really subscribing to the old RPG thing where it's like, yeah, the thing you do at first is you just stay around the town and you grind and you grind and you grind. Like, that ain't it. That ain't it. I don't like it. Did I miss a party? I'm just reading this over one more time. Hold on. To make sure that I didn't miss this. Let's see here. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Yep, talk to everybody in town, bottom of the screen, clothes, shoes, iron staff, equip them. Fill in the world map until you're at level 3, then buy some medicine to repair. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is really just... This is really just like, no, you're grinding. Oh, the thing about Toki's grave, I was looking a little bit ahead and I didn't realize it. That was actually at the village to the north. Let's see where my level is right now. What is my actual level, though? Oh, I'm still at level 1. My god, I haven't, like, gained anything. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a grindy one. And I mean, obviously we won't see the whole story to this game, so we won't really know. But I feel like it just taking like the world setting of Fist of the North Star is not, it's not enough. I really don't feel like it's enough. Like, I don't really feel much incentive to play this over any other RPG that I would have at the time. And honestly, if I go back to the first one, I get more party members right out the gate, and I get characters that I recognize. So I don't know that they really made the right decision here. I mean, I don't know what they would have done. I mean, obviously they couldn't have just made the same game again where it's like, oh, we're just covering the same story. Here we go. Hope you guys want it again. You know? They couldn't have done that. I recognize that. But at the same time, like, this is not... I don't care about this guy. And you're not giving me a great reason to care about him either, just because, oh, he's going to be the successor to Hokuto Shinken. Sure, fine, great. But I don't know him. I have no attachment to him. Probably should try and buy that upgraded weapon, too. So, yeah, that's a really good question. I feel like all of the characters that it would cameo are, like, Kenshiro is missing. That's the whole conceit of this story, right? Is, oh, Kenshiro's gone, so you have to be the one to take over Hokuto no Shinken, or Hokuto Shinken as the successor. And all the other characters are, like, dead, right? Because this is after Kenshiro's story, so, like, he's killed Rao. He's killed all these other people, right? I hope I can kill this guy so I can go back to town and heal up. So even if there are cameos of characters from the manga, oh boy, can I run away? There we go. I just want to get in here and use the inn again. Please tell me this is not one of those games where the price of the inn goes up every time I use it. I am not a fan of that system. Okay, it's the same amount of money. But, like, I feel like even if they had characters to cameo still, they'd be kind of on the weak end of the spectrum, right? I mean, not that I don't love Mamiya, don't get me wrong, like, it would be cool to see Mamiya, but that's about, you know, some of the best, and they could pull off, like, Bat and Lin, too, I suppose. Like, adult Bat and Lin. But, like, could they really do any better than that? I don't know that they could. All right, let's get ourselves up one more level. Yeah, I never, I'm aware of that, of Soten no Ken, was it also based on a manga? I think it was, right? Never got to that. I've only done the original Hokuto stuff. I haven't heard much from people, on how that actually is. I don't think I know too many people who have engaged with it all that much. But yeah, it's a prequel. But when did that come out? Like, unless you're meaning just them going with the idea of a prequel versus a sequel, which definitely could have been a way they could have gone. And, like, leveling up is fairly slow here, which is, it's just kind of a bummer. And, like, I have 98 until the next level. Like, it's just kind of a slog. I mean, I know a lot of RPGs were at this time. Like, this was kind of the norm, right? Like, this is the way they were done more often than not. It's totally a Pokemon level grind. We're not going to do this a ton longer, I should say. Did I actually? Yeah, I did. Okay, I was just mashing buttons through that, so... Yeah, it's totally a Pokemon level grind. Like, for better or worse, I feel like my opinion is already pretty set on this game. Go a little further north here. But like starting you off with a party of 1 is just... It's pretty brutal. I mean, I guess, you know, Dragon Quest 1 did it, but I actually also feel that Dragon Quest 1 scaled its battles a little bit better than this game does, which is a crazy thing to say, because it also certainly had its problems when it came to that sort of thing. It is emulation. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could fast forward it, but I have to kind of be on I have to be up on it to heal, right? Like if I just how do you even fast forward in this? Is it space? What do I have my... Hold on, let me just take out this guy and I'll look at what my But yeah, it's like I don't know what benefit I would get out of fast forward, really, like... Because this is way too early of a game to have an auto battle, right? I mean, that said, I guess I could still fast forward it, though. Let's see. Let me actually remind myself, because I think I took it off of the... I took it off of the default binding, which is spacebar. Let's see here. Let me go back to the core controls. Yeah, I mean Phantasy Star 3 on the Genesis has some pretty rough encounter rates. Like this one seems pretty typical for the time, I would say. Input, I just saw it. Hotkeys. Where's fast forward? I think by default it is run ahead. Wait, run ahead? That's not the same thing as fast forward, is it? I swear I mapped fast forward to something else. Where is that? Advances frames one by pause. Oh, there's rewind. Fast forward. Hold L. Keypad 7 is the toggle and hold L. Okay. Let's see here. No. Yeah, so like, I mean, I'm still gonna have to hit, I mean, I guess I can probably just hold down this and go. I mean, that does help, right? Just gotta keep an eye on my health. And now I'm going to need to go back down toward the inn. It does save a couple seconds. You're right, it does make a difference. Do I risk it? I'll save state it just in case, and then I'll risk it. Haha! Came out on top. Alright, we'll just quickly use the inn here. And we'll go back to heading up north and getting ourselves to level 3. Speaking of fast forward. Alright. I think I'm fairly close and low. Yeah, I'm getting there. We'll make it to the next village. And then we'll maybe kind of call it there, because we got one more RPG to get through. Well, not get through, but, you know, to cover. So we don't have a Famitsu for this one, like I said, so we'll save a little bit of time there. We'll just go straight into the ranking. These single fights I can get through pretty quick. It's just the dual ones that get a little bit more rough. Oh, that looks like our next village here. All right, we've got dual hearts. I don't think that's actually supposed to be heart, but it looks enough like heart. Oh, there's our level up. There we go. All right, and this is, I believe, the next village. This is Mompasa. This might be Toki's grave. Let's talk to this guy here. Hey, old man. Yep, this is the Hokuto village, Mompasa. Yeah, I mean, if you're really looking for a mindless RPG, I mean, we kind of said that about the first one too. Okay, it's still not showing me anything. I'm trying to examine all this stuff and it doesn't say anything, so I didn't find anything, so whatever. So this is the item shop. I don't really need any more of that. I'm just looking to see what kind of weapons they have and what else I can do here. There's a dungeon. There's a dungeon up ahead, apparently. So maybe we can at least just take a look at what the dungeon looks like and then go from there. Maybe that's Toki's grave up there. I want to buy stuff. What do you got? Okay, so there's an iron club. We can at least upgrade our weapon a little bit. Give me the iron club. Ken's gonna hold it. So let me... And we can actually sell items in this. So we can do the proper RPG thing, which is we go in here and we equip our iron club and we say, you know, yes, our cloth stuff is still good. So now we should be able to go talk to this guy and sell and at least get a little bit of money back for that first club. There it is. All right, you actually gave me a pretty decent return for that. Like, it wasn't that, it would be a good game to play if you were sick and you were really just looking like, looking for something mindless. Yeah, compared to later games like Final Fantasy, and I mean, Dragon Quest was, the first Dragon Quest was even before this, like, it's totally, I would agree with you, it's just kind of generic. See if we can grab some armor, and then we'll head up and check out that dungeon real fast. Is this Toki's grave? Ma'am, please. Get out of the way. Alright, it still says that there's nothing there, so whatever. We need to stop at the inn, and we need to stop at the armor. You're maybe the armor. Yeah, here we got leather stuff. It's like we can buy like leather armor. He's complimenting us on our taste. All right, let's equip it real quick. Maybe will at least help us with defense a little bit more. Kenshiro, or we named him Ken, not Kenshiro, to be fair. Alright, so now we've equipped it. It does, I agree with you, it does have a Final Fantasy 1 feel. It feels way more like Final Fantasy 1 than it feels like Dragon Quest. That's just my gut. Can I even sell this? Okay, yeah, we had it at the beginning, so we're getting a part. A measly 15, whatever this is, dollars, gold, some sort of whatever the Hokuto currency is. All right, let's just stop at the inn. I think we still got enough money to use the inn, unless they really jacked up the prices at this inn. We'll find out. Ah, it's more than doubled. Whatever, we'll do it. That's what we get for convenience. All right. Let's go up there and just like poke around in the dungeon for a minute, and then we'll rank it. I believe the dungeon is up north here. Oh yeah, check it out. This is a dungeon if I've ever seen one. What do you got to say? It's like, what is that guy Dekon thinking making something like this? Or coming here, rather, sorry. Why would money have value in this one? Yeah, totally. Like, money has a... Like, don't the thugs even say, like, oh, it's more paper we can wipe our ass with or whatever? Because, like... But how can you have an RPG, you know, without currency, I guess? So it's kind of a weird thing to have to do. Let's see. All right. Okay. Look at this is a rather bland looking dungeon, I would say. Wild indeed. Yeah, barter. Like, look at this is. I feel like the dungeon designs are actually worse in this. Are actually like more generic looking like this. Like, look, they're just walls with like pinky purple floors. That's pretty... That doesn't feel good. There's not even much design put into this. Ultimate Games did have a system where you could trade items for stuff, so it could have been done. That's true. That's true. Hi, Red Spectra. Welcome to RPG Hell. Welcome to Fist of the North Star RPG Hell. Unfortunately, you missed the Game Boy fighting game a bit earlier. But this one's going to get ranked in just a minute. It's kind of more of the same. The graphics are a little bit better. This is a story that takes place after, not before, not during, not after the story of the original Fist of the North Star. We are an original character. And, you know, bandits are still attacking. And, but somebody's got to step up because Kenshiro's missing. So, yeah. That's kind of where it's at. Oh, okay, cool. You got to see some of it. Good. Let's see here. Up the stairs in the middle of the screen. Save state somewhere to download and maybe see the final. That's an interesting idea. I did not check that beforehand. But maybe I'll look into that for next time. Yeah, I suspect we're probably going to be saying the same thing too, but you know, okay, there's a treasure chest over there. Let's see what a treasure chest has for a practitioner of Hokuto Shinken. Right as I get on the treasure... Oh, it's a new enemy. Look at that. I don't know. Who are you? Ah, you're nothing. That's who you are. Oh, I think we got... Did we just get a piece of equipment? I was mashing my way through that, but... Yep, that's good. Fuku. Oh yeah, we can equip, leather shoes. He dropped leather shoes. Okay, how do you interact with things in this game? Because, like, I am right next to the guy... Or no, did I get... Maybe the leather shoes came from the treasure chest after I beat the guy. That's kind of weird. It's a weird system. but that seems to be what happened. Yeah, so I mean, I think we kind of get the idea here, right? Let's, in case I ever come back to this, let's just like make a save state here. Let's switch over to ranking for this one. All right, that's the walkthrough. Let's see. Okay. I mean, it's no secret I'm not impressed. So let's get the name of this Hokuto no Ken 4. I'm immediately gonna say, even though it has some improvements, yeah, I think the guy was guarding the chest. It just kind of doesn't make it that obvious where it's like, okay, the chest just opened as soon as you beat him. Like, I've never seen an RPG that did that. I don't think it's as good as Hokuto no Ken 3. I don't. I think giving you a party of characters that you know made all the difference in that. And like, you know, we didn't play that to completion, but I think it would have been a much more pleasant experience just based on that alone. So I'm going to say there's no way it goes above the previous RPG, Hokuto no Ken 3. Despite its graphical improvements and some quality of life things, right? So now we get to ask the big questions, right? A moment the sequel isn't as good as its prequel. It's true. It does happen. It does happen. So when we go back to that second action game on the Famicom, so the one that was Fist of the North Star in the US, the question is how does it fare against something like that? Because we're crossing genres now, right? But again, I feel like exactly like Kellen just said, playing Ken instead of generic hero man and having a party is better. Like, how much does this game deserve to be dinged that it isn't trying really to adapt Fist of the North Star, right? Maddie, welcome. Hello. You missed only a very average, the very average Hokuto no Ken 4, which was an RPG that was not adapting Fist of the North Star, as we were just discussing. It was a story that took place after, where you were like the new successor to Hokuto Shinken. And it's just kind of like, it's using the framework of Fist of the North Star, but not really any of the characters. No, I regret to inform you there were no familiar characters whatsoever. It was all just generic. So this is my gut, and Kellen is kind of tuning in on what I'm thinking there. I don't think it's as good as this. I don't think it's as good as the second action game on the Famicom. That game had its problems, but I really do think this game suffers for not involving Kenshiro and other characters that you know, right? I think doing an original story of it was just kind of a mistake. So I really do think that hurts it a lot. What do we think of it versus the Game Boy game we played earlier, Big Brawls for King of the Universe? I'm kind of thinking maybe the same thing, like maybe right here. Because, I mean, it's hard to say that this is better, because this is pretty rough. Like, this doesn't have a lot to it. And even though the other game doesn't really adapt Fist of the North Star, like, it's still an RPG. It's still got some meat on it. It's still got some, you know, not advanced RPG mechanics, but relatively developed ones, right? For the time. I would agree. Vagrant Story is anything but average. Vagrant Story is a good one. And trust me, you're way better playing that. You're way better off playing that than you are any of these Fist of the North Star RPGs. So I don't know. I'm thinking here. Like was suggested. This seems probably like an okay spot for it. How does everybody feel about that? How does everybody feel about putting generic Hokuto RPG in that spot? Next we've got the Sufami RPG up next. So shall we see what this is our first 16-bit game here. We're here, everyone. Let me change the marquee so everybody knows what we're looking at. A moment. Let's see. This actually gets, even though it's on a new platform, even though it's going from the Famicom to the Super Famicom, and we fast forward to 1992, so basically a little more than a year later, we've transitioned platforms and we're on the Sufami now. And we're on to Hokuto no Ken 5. And guess what? It's another original story. This one is not like continuing. It's not like after. It's more like my understanding is it's more of an alternate universe. I believe the deal with this is someone trying to what did I read a summary of this? Let's see. It is a new original protagonist that is trying to unite Hokuto, Nanto, and Gento. Gento being the one that was introduced in the second part of Hokuto no Ken 2 that like Falco and people like that practice, right? That's Gento. So against a common enemy, whoever our common enemy is. But let's see, maybe 16 bits will do better for this, right? Here we go. Let's go. I can turn the volume up on this a little bit. One second. Maybe 60. Romance of the Three Martial Arts Kingdoms. If only we were so lucky. Right? No, I'm only being tongue-in-cheek, obviously. I definitely don't the more bits does not equal more better. All right. But we got some parallax there. That's pretty cool, right? All right. Music is already... Listen to that. I'll turn it up a little bit more. Bang. All right. Oops. What? It makes like a burping. We're so stylized. Look at this. We can even go to katakana. The options that we have available to us are astounding. Let's see here. Where is what I want? Where's what I want? Where are they? A-I-U-A-O, Kaki-Kuke-Ko, here they are. We'll go with the old standby. And then these characters have their own separate things. You don't just add like the little dot after them. You tried to brute force your way through this but got nowhere pretty much. I suspect it will probably be the same for me. Oh, the name of our significant other. Boy. What should the name of our significant other be? Mamiya? How about Mamiya? Mamiya. We all like Mamiya here. I don't like the burp or the fart sound effect that they made is I did enter it. Thank you very much. It's what do you mean? Why do you not like that? I entered it. What is it? What is this, like a bug, or it's like now I've gone and it has to like go back to the beginning? This is so weird. All right, hold on. Let me I'm pretty sure I did that right. Let's see here. Do I have to enter, like, blank characters or something? Yeah, Mamiya? It's like, come on. She's too good for you. Okay, so now it's saying, yeah, enter, okay. So now... I've entered it! What do you want from me, game? Does it want me to enter more, like, this is very strange. Oh, whatever. I don't know. Fine. Just fine. Okay. She was in love with Ray, so she has good taste. Exactly. We're on the same. Okay, this is a fast scroll, so this is going to be a little bit tough to read. Here they are. There's Mamiya. Yeah, Super Robot Tyson's been getting good treatment these days. Finally, people have come around to it. Definitely more like Sufami, like RPG type music, right? Mamiya, like they're wow, this is really fast. They're about to get married. Oh no! Mamiya's been kidnapped by the Wolf Clan. Or by, who, Juza? Was it Juza who actually, like, kidnapped Mamiya? Am I getting that name right? Oh no, check that out. Yeah, that's a Fist of the North Star ass enemy. Oh! Voice samples! Why is this text scroll so goddamn fast? So, like, the evil, you know, the evil king, basically, is what he's calling himself here. They're kind of giving him, like, a nondescript name. Oh, God. Yeah, the Juza, that was, like, that's where I really fell in love with Ray and Mamiya, to be honest, was during the Juza part, like where it just was like the Ray show where he wasn't, you know, he wasn't really dependent on Kenshiro. I'm always the sucker for the second stringers. Like, my favorite Dragon Ball character was always Piccolo, and Piccolo almost never got anything of significance to do. Oh my God, look at this. Wait, that was Kenshiro dying? Is that what that said? Kenshiro got killed by being rolled over by a boulder? And Yuria. Oh my God, what? So this is like an alternate reality. It's totally like a Tetsuo Hara Dragon Quest villain. Kenshiro was killed by being rolled over by a boulder. You heard it here first. Yeah, like the whole Juza, like, Ray relationship was really, like, it was very interesting, right? Like, it wasn't just like, I am evil bad guy and I am kidnapping people, you know, like so many, like the, you know, Wolf Clan or whatever, right? Like, it had more depth than that. There was like a rivalry and sort of a love there almost. Yeah, it was good stuff. I can't wait till the new show gets to that. Let's see, now we actually get to do things. And apparently Bronson, the original author, supervised this, according to this thing that I'm reading here. Yeah, a piano drop from a window, Looney Tunes 16-ton weight. Yeah, not really Bronson supervised this. He let Kenshiro killed by being like rolled over by a boulder. Kenshiro had face down way worse than that. Look at this guy's animation. Look at those kicky legs. Woo! Look at him go. We still kind of got the same menu, though, to be honest. Like, it's all in kanji now. They've improved that, and they've improved the fonts. But apart from that, it's just kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, apparently Mamiya was pregnant. Not that Mamiya, this Mamiya was pregnant with our main character's child here. Though it should have been such a, you know, festivus occasion. You know, this happened. You have to hurry up and save Mamiya. All right, so apparently we can go, well, actually, we should probably look at our shops, right? I don't know, something seems weird about these graphics. Yeah, he does a very Marvin the Martian walk cycle here, doesn't he? You can't live in the world if you don't have armor, says the man who sells the armor. I mean, at least this game mentions, at least it mentioned Kenshiro and Yuria, so it's already a step ahead in that regard, I feel like, right? Actually, let me do the thing where I check my inventory, because those previous games gave me equipment. I just had to know to equip it. But apparently in this game, whoa, wait. I do. Okay, so there's, like cloth armor, cloth shoulder pads. We could buy some shoes. So I guess let's do that. Because I think it was just the cloth stuff here. But let's double check. Yep, it's just the cloth, and so all we're really missing is the shoes, so let's just pay $10 dues for some shoes here. But it's basically the same system. Like, you buy the equipment, and you say who you want to assign it to, and then you go in here and equip it, and it's the exact same systems. Okay, there's also wristbands. So we got that. We got that. We got shoes. There's a quest to deal with a guy making all the shoulder pads with spikes. Oh my god, somebody finally thought of it. Yeah, I definitely see a little more Phantasy Star energy in this for sure. I agree with you. Let's see if we can find a weapon. This has the Buki kanji on it. What do we got? What do we got? Literally the exact same starting weapons as before. We got the iron bow and the wood bow. Club, I guess I should say. Well, we'll about bankrupt ourselves, and we'll just get the good weapon right out the gate here. And probably have no real way to heal, but grind a little bit. And use the inn. It does, yeah, it does. You're right. It does have like a lot more of a Mega Drive energy than Sufami energy. I'm with ya. There's my iron bow. Oh, I guess I have to go through the whole cycle every time. That's weird. Why would you make me do that? Strange. Let's see. Okay, so apparently we leave town and go northeast to a cave. So let's, I think that's the, I think that would be items. Oh! I don't hate the music. The music isn't terrible. Oh my goodness, look at this. The future has arrived, everyone. Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh. Can you believe it? Oh, he says it! He says, ABC! Okay, this is a little bit charming. It's probably Stockholm Syndrome because of the one I was just playing, right? But like, even though this is an original story, like there's already a lot more love for the source material in here, I feel like, than the other one. Again, maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome, but yeah, it was definitely more of a poke than a punch. It does seem easier than the last game. I still hate that farting noise, though. That's like a real weird thing they came up with. Oh, I think I get a party member? Like, I see what they were going for with the music here. Like, it's got kind of a kick-in... It's a little tinny. Like, it's a little on the tinny side for a Super Famicom, I would say. He just kicked him in the crotch. Ah, Bessie! Little tinny, but the compositions are good. I don't know. I kind of feel like this is all right. That's true. Kenshiro did do a lot of poking. I want to hear someone say Hidebu. I don't really like the ting at the beginning, but we one-shot him. And Lin isn't even here to one-shot him. It's crazy. Oh, and already a level up? Like, this is so much better balanced. So much better. Like, it's not even a contest already. I already gained a level, and I'm already learning techniques, like, this soon in. Oh, this might be our party. Whoa! Man crawling across ground. Oh, the Evil King's army. They got Ryūken. Oh god, he just exploded. Okay. Maybe that's not the guy who's gonna be in our party. At least not anymore. And like the encounter rate is not bad. Oh, here we go. Zariga. He's the sort of like, Denshōsha? How would I translate Denshōsha? I don't know if I really like that. Like he's the killer of like, I guess the killer of someone who would like inherit, you know, something like Hokuto Shinken, or like inherit something from a martial art. It's a weird phrase to say, but it's like, Ryūken, your life is mine. So Ryūken is maybe like the, you know, the Hokuto Shinken guy or something. I don't know. Or a Hokuto Shinken guy. You call crawling across the ground a martial art. Yeah, I think this is the best RPG so far of the bunch, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Oh, and then we've got Ryūken. What is this guy's name? Mizumaru? Is that his name? Yeah, Mizumaru. Mizumaru, stand down. So the guy behind him, I think, is Mizumaru. But Ryūken! Master Ryūken. Oh, they're fighting. Look at it. You can tell because they're banging against each other like figures. All right. So he did not... Ryūken did not do so well. Whew. Ryūken has, you know, been taken down by my fists. But as I should expect of you, Ryūken, hold on. Kono hodo, kore hodo no kizu. Yeah, to think that you've, inflicted such damage on me. So you didn't go down with all the fight. Oh no, we haven't even gotten started on the Hokuto fighting games yet there, Exile Mobius. We did the Game Boy one earlier today, which is kind of a fighting game. Next stream, next Thursday, we will be getting into the Super Famicom fighting games. This will be our last game of the evening, but we've moved on to the Super Famicom here with this one. Welcome! Thank you, Exile Mobius. I assume you are a Fist of the North Star fan, so welcome. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Z Ryūken, but yes, that's what I was puzzling over. I was like, he was murdered by Rao. That was like the whole thing. So, yep, the game, if you count the Game Boy one as a fighting game, we did play that. We did play that earlier on the stream, and I'll spoil it for you. I think that Rao is top tier, and probably no one should be surprised by that. Let's see. All right. It's like, all right, young man. I don't know, young guy. Like, show me the results of your training. He says, show me the results of your training, and then he leaves. Alas, Munen. It's like to think that I couldn't even do that much in the middle of a battle. The history of 2,000 years of, you know, the evil emperor being sealed away is finally, you know, revealed itself. Slip on a banana peel. Maybe that's how Ryūken actually died. Maybe Rao didn't kill him after all. So yeah, here he's saying that, like, we have to unite the powers of Hokuto, Nanto, and Gento. So this is where our main character's missions, I think, comes from. Oh yeah, no, I agree with you totally. Like, Rao is very much like a Vegeta. Like, he's not just like being evil to be evil. Like, he has reasons for doing what he is doing, and you can argue that, like, though his army certainly does some shitty stuff, he himself is not necessarily like the cackling, you know, hyena man that just wants to slaughter people, like a lot of those enemies in Fist of the North Star are, right? Like, he has a code, he has principles, and that sort of thing. It's like, oh, that necklace. Oh, is that you, Wamipo? Just like the character that I named, right? Yeah, okay, apparently we are the fated person to defeat the Emperor, which is, oh, who could have imagined that? So gather up allies and go defeat him. Oh, and here's why am I blanking on the reading? Mizumaru. Took me a minute, but I got there. So, yep, go. He's basically telling him Mizumaru looks to have been a student, so set off on a journey with me. And so I think I have my first party member. I mean, it's only an interesting plot because it's interesting compared to what we've been dealing with, I feel like. Yeah, sorry about, I did not get back to Geppy X yet. I'm gonna grind on that a little bit over the weekend. I wanna learn the strats for that last boss so I can be a little bit more effective at it. And maybe on the Tuesday stream we'll actually finish it up. I'll make maybe a better save state for myself so I can play from that point, and we can maybe just do the ending. That's kind of how I was thinking of approaching it. And maybe I'll have to mute the sound for that part because YouTube did not like that copyrighted music, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, who does not love Ryū? And I assume all of you are aware it's not quite spelled the same way. But have you all seen Ryū's marinara sauce available at your local grocery store now? I have. It's okay. It's not my favorite marinara sauce, but every time I see it in the grocery store aisle, I always go, no, quietly to myself. He's joined our party. Yeah, you know, to put on your spaghetti and whatnot. There's a company that makes various frozen Italian-style dishes and marinara sauces and the like. You know, tomato-based sauces for you to put on various pastas. You would have no regrets. After you had a, yeah, the spicy sauce is the best one. I'm totally with you there. After you eat a nice big plate of spaghetti with Ryū's marinara sauce, you stand up, you hold up your hand to the sky and you shout, "Waga shogai ni ippen kuinash!" Just like that. And then you turn into a statue, but you're okay with it because you've just had a delicious plate of spaghetti or a lasagna or something like that. All true. And if you don't experience that, you're not using the marinara sauce correctly. I think I'm able to equip, or am I taking my equipment away from me and giving it to him? Okay, no, I think we both have it. Yeah, we both have it, I'm pretty sure. Okay. It is, if you are in, I guess they have it in Japan too as well, because I know I've talked to Retronaut's own Diamond Fight about it, and they say that they see it at Costco's, even in Japan. So I don't know what its worldly presence is, but I know that here in America you can find it at probably almost any grocery store. Okay, so now we have a party member, which is great. Mizumaru. So now I think we want to get the heck out of this cave, because basically the purpose was, oh, now we're back to that map theme. We want to go west to the Lesto River. Look at him, he's following behind me. Dragon Quest. Oh, there's probably been some Kenshiro snacks at some point, I'm sure. Now we get both of them. All right, we'll have... You can attack this guy. Ba-boom! He actually does a punch. Ah, bestie! Boom. Oh, only one. Oh, because he doesn't have a weapon. I need to buy that man a weapon. He's doing, like, no damage. Because he ain't got no weapon. Ah, yeah, Napolitan. Kane? Doko kara kita kane wa? Where did that come from? I'm not, like, seeing it on any of my events. Who gave me the kane? Thank you, whoever gave me the kane. I don't know why I didn't actually get... Ah, okay. It's not picking up the alerts from the vertical stream. So, oh, am I not? Okay, there we go. Dem guts. Dem guts, thank you for those jewels. They're very valuable in the world of Fist of the North Star. I assure you. I'll be able to get so much for them. Thank you. Much appreciated. So I'm thinking that I need to go buy this man a weapon, unless I'm coming up on a town first. Let's see. Let me go back down to the town. Oh yeah, there was no problem with you going to the vertical one. It was just, you came up in my combined chat eventually, but for whatever reason, the alert for the jewels did not, and I'm not really sure why. I'll have to check my my Streamlabs settings. I did, yeah, Libra, I picked up fitness boxing on the sale that I believe you suggested, so thank you for that. I did pick it up, so we got it for later when we need it. How's the HP doing on all these guys? Not that I have a way to heal them yet. I got fixing boxing, fitness boxing even, and I got the expansion, which was also on sale. Yeah, Neapolitan style is not bad. It's not my preference, but it can be good, and it's certainly like a good thing to try, right? Oh, you put shiitake on there. That's a good addition. I like a good shiitake, that's for sure. All right, I wonder if, can I use the same weapons as me? Because all I can buy are the clubs. So let's see. I mean, I guess we just buy one and see, right? Okay, yeah, let's try and buy him an iron club. We got the cash for it. We'll give it to Mizumaru. And get out of here, as it makes farting sounds at me. Alright, Mizumaru, can I give you a club, sir? Yes, I can. You should be doing a lot more damage with that bad boy. Excellent, excellent. Oh man, you're making pasta after this? I already ate dinner, but now I wish it would have been pasta. With a fine addition of Ryūsei. Ryūsei's very own marinara sauce. Oh, Kinnikuman! I like Kinnikuman as well. I think one day, so since I believe you're at least new to the chat, maybe you've lurked in some other streams before, maybe you haven't. So Thursdays, we play anime licensed games from a specific series. So we're going through all the Fist of the North Star games right now. We got a while before we're going to be done with those, but after Fist of the North Star, we'll pick a different series and we'll go through all those games. I'm not much of a wrestling game person, but I do love the Kinnikuman games. I've played a couple different of the later Kinnikuman games, and they're very fun. That is like most of my experience with wrestling games is just those Kinnikuman ones, just because I love those characters so much. Okay, is there... Actually, I guess we should look and see if there's any better armor than the cloth stuff, maybe? Ooh, Noshka, Lone Wolf and Cub, and Please Save My Earth. Oh, those are some interesting picks. Have I read the Noshka manga? I can't remember. I feel like maybe I have. I've definitely read, not all of Lone Wolf and Cub. I am a big Lone Wolf and Cub fan. Unfortunately, there's one Lone Wolf and Cub game to play. There's like that arcade game, and that's about it. Maybe there's something else, but I don't think there's a lot. Oh yeah, I think that's pretty well known that like the Noshka anime was sort of like compromised in many ways. I have the PS2 one as well, but with my brother, who barely even knows what Kinnikuman is. Wait, this is just a weapon shop again. Did I go back into the same place again? I play the GameCube one a lot, actually. I didn't use the character designer too much, I will admit. Oh, this is where we can save? This is maybe also where you revive, so this is like your church, if you will. But it doesn't seem like you can heal here. I admit I've seen all of the Lone Wolf and Cub movies, and I really, really like them. But I have not, there's a lot of manga, and I just haven't quite managed to finish it all. Maybe one day. But those movies are real good. Okay, so yeah, it's just the same stuff. We can't really buy anything new. So we're about as equipped up as we can be right now. But I would like to find the inn if there's such a place. I didn't look at what that sign was. This might have been the inn. It's a very long, empty place with one old man in it. Oh, we got some fans of the GameCube game. Nice. I feel like it's not just the character designer. I feel like the PS2 game that came shortly after it kind of lost something. It felt a little weird compared to the GameCube one. These are all distant memories because I haven't played those Kinnikuman games in a while. And then there's the arcade Kinnikuman games too, which are a little bit different, but also very good in their own way. Yep, Aki. I had a feeling they were, because they're wrestling games. Is that what it was called? Galactic Wrestling? Is this item? Are you guys items? Okay, so yeah, you sell heals. We might as well buy some heals. Give one to Wamipo. Give one to, Mizumaru. Just so everybody has an herb to heal with. Mizumaru. I think I'm good. What about you? Are you the inn? Azukaru, what are you going to take possession of? Oh, you're like inventory storage. Okay, and given that they also take money, I'm willing to bet this game plays by Dragon Quest rules, where when you die, you lose half of your money, because otherwise, why would they give you a bank to store it in? Oh, that's right! The PS2 Gashapon did have, sorry, the PS2 game did have Gashapon in it, didn't it? Oh, here's the end. Yeah, American version. Yeah, Ultimate Muscle. That whole era of Ultimate Muscle, I was kind of like, what are you guys doing? Oh, they use the same engine as, I haven't really played those Def Jam games. I mean, I probably have a little, but I guess I didn't really notice that they, okay, yeah, I'll pay you $5 or five Hokuto bucks to stay at the inn. Sure, why not? Oh, I know that one. It would be tough for me to play for the series. So when we get to that, because I don't think, I'll have to look, but probably MAME hasn't even attempted to emulate it, because how could you, right? But what I'm thinking is we'll watch some videos when we come to that, and though I don't think I'll be able to do it in time, I hear tell that there is that 100 Yen Arcade in Seattle has a Hokuto no Ken Punch Mania. I also have some leads on one in Japan that I may explore when I'm there in November, and maybe do some filming for myself. Oh, we got 3 guys now. Look at this. All right, you're doing more damage now, at least. But, yeah, it would be very difficult for me to play it live on the stream, because I just wouldn't be able to access... Abeshi! Because I just wouldn't be able to access something to be able to, like, live stream it. But I do at least want to acknowledge its existence as a part of this, and I mean, I guess we can try to rank it based on feelings, you know? I feel bad that I won't... Well, we'll see how long it takes. We'll see how long it takes for us to get there, but I think I will reach that game on these streams before November. There's not that many Fist of the North Star games. So I don't think the timing will work out to where I'll be able to rank it from a place of experience, unfortunately. But we'll do our best, you know, we'll try to figure it out. So what, I went this way and now I think I want to go this way? Yeah, so this is Rastoriba, last river. Wait, this walkthrough I'm reading says Lesto River, but I'm pretty sure that's a last river. Let's look at it again. Oh no, they're right. Lesto, not Lasto. My mind filled in the rest there, and it was just wrong. All right, where's an upper right corner and get the prison key on the top floor. Okay, so apparently this is a whole new town, so maybe I should have just come forward to this. Kid, you are tiny. What do you have to say? Let's see here. Senyo. Hold on, let me Jisho this. They're not writing this in kanji, so senyo. Oh, occupying. Okay. So, like, of course, the emperor's attacking armies have occupied the village. Of course. He insisted on playing it with one. Oh, he did that on Puffy. The name of that variety show was Puffy. I saw an episode with that Gacht was on for that, but I don't think it was that one. So maybe he was on a couple of different times. I liked Puffy. My local Japanese bookstore at the time that rented out those videos didn't get Puffy that much, though. So I didn't get to see too many episodes of it. Okay, so let's see. We're upgrading here a little bit. We got some leather stuff by the looks of it. So we went from cloth here and now we're to leather. So let's maybe buy... We can't afford too much. Yeah, unfortunately, Bujingai didn't really meet the criteria for gameplay harmonies. Like, it wasn't about Gacht. Right? I thought about that, and I was like, does this count? I'll stream Bujingai sometime, for sure. You don't gotta twist my arm to stream Bujingai. I think that game's pretty fun. But it didn't really meet the criteria for the stream. Let's see. Wisconsin, Galloping Ghosts are... Yeah, Galloping Ghost does not have Punch Mania, unfortunately. I regret to inform you. I am relatively local to Galloping Ghost. Galloping Ghost is about 30 to 40 minutes away from me. And so I go there somewhat regularly. Not as much as I should, but somewhat regularly. And I can tell you they do not have Punch Mania, unfortunately. Only the initiated know about Bujingai. Maybe that is true. Maybe that is true. All right, let's buy some leather armor and give it to someone. Because nobody has leather right now. We all just have cloth. So I guess we might... I think Mizumaru is a little bit weaker. So maybe we should give it to Mizumaru. William... Oh, Super Best Friends play... they did it? Okay. I mean, I'm sure some people have streamed that. I certainly will not be the first one. Mizumaru. Yep, you keep that. Oh, can you not equip it? Maybe you can't equip it. That's kind of weird. Really? Hold on. Did I go to Wamipo by accident or something? So Mizumaru has it, but maybe he can't use it? Let's see. Go into like tools here. So Mizumaru, you take... Or wait, did I make a mistake here? Does he already have... Okay, hold on. Hold on. Did I not just buy it? So, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm confused what I myself even did. Okay, so yes, I did sort of make a mistake. I thought they both had cloth, but Mizumaru actually had leather. But I bought the leather, and I gave it to Mizumaru, which means he should have 2. And yet... So what if I hand this over? All right, hold on, let me see here. It is Buffalo Man on the upper right. Good eyes. Yeah, Buffalo Man is my favorite character. I've also... He's probably hard to see on the camera, but I've got a Buffalo Man figure on the shelf there, right behind Ray from Fist of the North Star and Dracula. Symphony of the Night Dracula. Hold on, I'll go 1 second. I'll go grab him. Okay. We'll give Buffalo Man a little bit of a close-up here. Hold on. I'll just go back to chat view for just a moment here. We're not done. Hold on. I'm just giving Buffalo Man his close-up. There you go. There's Buffalo Man. I got him a while back. All right. Now this whole nonsense thing that I'm trying to work out here. Let's see. Okay, so it literally just took it away from him. Did that game just eat my... Or did I not actually buy it? 146? How much did I... That's weird. This is weird. Hold on. Give me a moment to just do a little more item maintenance here. So can I go into Wamipo and can I just go ahead and equip? Okay, so I can't equip the better one. And I'll just buy another one for Mizumaru and be done with it. Even though I shouldn't need to because I'm pretty sure I just bought one. But, like, I wonder if the game ate it because it doesn't know how to handle, like, duplicate items on the same person or something. Let me at least sell this, which I'm not using. And I only get 10 Hokuto bucks for it, unfortunately. Let's see here. Let's go... buy this again. We'll give it to Mizumaru, who definitely does not have it anymore. Oh, you got the Cosmos! I've seen that Cosmos. That's a pretty neat one. I have, I probably mentioned this. You 100% can ask a question, Maddie. Please, ask away. Yes, they are. There is only one Gokt, and he is the same Gokt that came up in Malice Miser so many years ago. That's certainly, he's changed a lot over the years, both musically and, you know, in his look and everything, but that is the very same Gokt. I am a Gokt fan of old. I've become less over the years, like both because of personality things to do with him and also musical changes. He is a singular man. I definitely can agree with that, but like, I kind of fell off of his music. Like, I think that Gokt's first 3 solo albums are, like, especially the first two, are like masterpieces. Like Mars and Rebirth are amazing albums, and Moon is good. But after Moon, he kind of lost me a little bit. You're talking to the right person here. 90s Visual Kei is what I get down with. Though my favorite band is not a Visual Kei band, it is the Yellow Monkey, Yemon, who is of that era but is not Visual Kei. They are my favorite band ever. And I think they always will be. Let's just take a look at the weapons situation here. Yeah, Mana-sama would be absolutely no speech whatsoever, just nodding. Okay, same weapons. We're good. We can save up a little bit. Oh yeah, and the Malice Miser Gacht era stuff was fantastic. No doubt. Like that stuff is also like absolute classic. Yeah, I might Bandmade. Yeah, I think they're doing a European tour right now or something, and the US one I think is just after that. So I might have to actually finally go see them if they come to Chicago, which I think they usually do. Are the Pillows pretty unknown? I don't know. I feel like the Pillows are pretty well known, aren't they? Maybe I'm just too much inside of a bubble here. I'm not like the biggest Pillows fan ever, but I do like them. I think they're a good band. FLCL was good. I like, it's pretty simplistic, but like my favorite song of theirs that was in FLCL was Little Busters. I like Little Busters a lot. Yeah, Libra, I feel like a lot of people would probably, you're probably not alone in that sentiment about Mana, kind of like connecting, transgender identities and things like that. I feel like Mana probably did, intentionally or not, like a pretty good deal of good work for a lot of the world in that respect. I mean, the Pillows have been around for a while, right? So like maybe not as much these days, but there was a time period at least where the Pillows were well talked about. But again, I've been around a lot of people who have been around a lot, who like a lot of Japanese music. So my perception, I guess, is maybe a little bit skewed. Let's see. Let's get the leather shoes on you. Get you a nice pair of leather shoes. Can you not? The inventory system in this game is just so strange. Did I give it? Again, like, did I even spend? Whatever. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. Let's see here. Enough of this inventory management stuff. So it looks like we got kind of a dungeon type deal. FLCL was great, but after Gurren Lagann, Gainax fell off a cliff. They sure did, but boy was Gurren Lagann good. I can't be too upset if Gurren Lagann was their last thing. I'm okay with Guitar Wolf. I don't love them. They're a little noisy for me. I know that's kind of the point. It's a feature, not a bug. I know. But I don't love them. They're pretty okay, though. There are some songs that I like. I'm struggling to remember. I'm pro loud noisy. Yeah. To give you an idea, not that this is the same genre. What I'm about to say is not the same genre as Guitar Wolf at all. I know this. But back in the day I feel like the first 3 albums, I was a huge Duran Gray fan. And then my understanding is that since they have kind of come around and Duran Gray really doesn't sound like this anymore, so I probably need to give it a revisit. But when they kind of went more screamo, when they went down that path, I was like, I'm out. I can't do it. I don't like it. Like they released like Child's Prey, and I was just like, nah, I'm done. Like, I'll continue to love their old stuff, but I kind of dropped off of them, and now I've been told by people that they don't sound like that anymore, and they've gone back to being a little bit more melodic. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should check them out again. Oh, wow, okay, yeah, YMO, the Plastics, yeah, you definitely have, like, a vibe with those groups. Gurren Lagann is a great show. I'm about due for a rewatch of Gurren Lagann, I would say. I like Larkenseal a lot. Especially like historical Larkenseal. Like Larkenseal not super active these days, right? Like they don't release a lot of new material. I'm a big Lark fan. I have a big box set that they released a couple years ago of all their albums, all collected in this box set with a bunch of like bonuses and stuff. I shelled out quite a pretty penny for that, but I was missing a lot of the CDs, you know, the actual CDs. Yes, I buy my music on CD because I'm a crazy person. Easy to do when it's Japanese stuff too, because they give you a lot of cool bonuses when you buy the physical albums. Oh, we gotta level up. Somebody gotta level up. Oh yes, saying that I like a lot of Japanese rock music is putting it very mildly. If you do not know, and this is shameless plug time, if you enter in either chat, !books, I wrote a book called Gameplay Harmonies, and we did some streams about some of the games too, though I think maybe that was before you were tuning in, Nappy. That might have been before your time with the stream here. But I hope that command works from YouTube. God, I hope it does. Tell me if it doesn't, and I can drop some links in there if it doesn't. I thought I fixed it though. But I wrote a book close to a couple years ago about the overlap between Japanese musicians, not just rock bands, there's also pop stuff in there, but games that have been made about those musicians. Action shanai ka. Sumimasen. I will look at that. But I will do this. I will drop you a link. I'll drop everyone a link here. It looks like they've actually dropped the price. You can also find this on Amazon too. You can just search for it by the name, but I'll give you a link to Limited Run Games, who is the publisher. I'll look at that action and see why the heck it's not working anymore. But this is a book written by me about video games that are about Japanese recording artists and musicians. It's a little bit about the artist. It's a little bit about the game. You kind of get to learn about both for context and all that. So if y'all are interested in Japanese music, and you're clearly interested in video games because you're here, please consider checking that out. I would certainly appreciate it. 2,000 CDs. God, I don't know what my count is up to, but I don't think it's 2,000. 2,000 is a lot. Oops. I have quite a few. Mostly all my CDs are Japanese. I'm not trying to be all hipster about it. I grew up listening to Western rock music. That's where my roots are. And I still do listen to some now, but like most of the stuff I buy these days is Japanese just because I've been so entrenched in that. Okata. Arigato. Arigato gozaimasu. Kondo Gumadi-san. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I love it's a very niche subject, as you can imagine. And so I always think it's really cool when people connect with it. And like when I find someone who really can kind of appreciate the topic. So I haven't been on the New York Times bestsellers list, as you can imagine, with a book like that. I should probably use some of their special abilities. God, these guys' health are... I'm not going to do it on these guys because these guys are getting weak. Oh, bestie! A Japanese wasp? Wow! That's crazy. Okay, wow. A Japanese wasp tribute band and Motley Crue tribute band. Huh! Huh. Yeah, if they are playing, I would go check them out. How's our HP doing? We're still pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, K-pop stores, I feel like it's really a good time for the market, like a booming market around those. I wish J-pop, or I mean, K-pop's really, you know, kind of eaten its lunch for a variety of reasons, really, right? Asuno Joke, CQ, and Shocho. You're pulling some ones that I'm not really familiar with there, Spectra. Those are not names that I guess I'm not hardcore enough. Let me see. I'm coming up on time here. So I won't go too much longer. But let's just see if we can, like, get through this dungeon here. What do you, what kind of Japanese disco pop we talking about? Who do you like? I can't guarantee I'll know the names, but there's a non-zero chance. I really appreciate you being here for it. Thank you. I always, when people ask me about streaming, because I haven't been streaming for very long, I think I only started back in March, I always tell people that the people who, like, I don't do huge crowds, but the people who I get are very into it. And, what was I gonna say? Oh god, gosh. Wow, I completely lost my train of thought there. But anyway, I guess maybe I'd completed my train of thought there. But yeah, oh right, I remembered I was gonna say. I'm glad that I never streamed to 0 people. Because that's like the new streamer blues, right? You start, you're not known. And I was lucky enough to start with a small YouTube following before I started streaming, so I think I have that to thank for it. But I'm glad that I never had to stream to no one. Even my lowest number streams have not been to no one. Early registrators. I don't know early registrators. I don't know Blue Swing. I'm really outing myself as a... I do know Plastic Tree. So you said their drummer was in Plastic Tree, Red Spectre. I do have a point of reference for that. I know Kirinji a little. I'm not super up on Kirinji, but I do at least know the name, and I have at least heard some of the songs. I'm really glad to hear that, Maddie. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the book buy, and I appreciate the entire household tuning in as well. We did do Dem Guts. If you give me a moment, we will go over to the rankings in just a moment here. And we did do the Master System and the Mega Drive sheets. Games. Part of what we're doing is ranking these as well, so we'll kind of show where those fell. Sister Mayo Idol Pop is my favorite singer. She did themes for a few anime openings, and that sounds so familiar. I might recognize, oh, we got specials. Let's see if we can use one of these on a guy. What does this look like? Oh, he doesn't have any Ogi yet, so we're just gonna have him do a regular attack. Let's see what the special... Even had like a little sample there. Gen X Sega fan who got me into... Okay, oh wow! Okay, so you came by way of your husband. Well, tell him thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence. So, let's finish this battle. And then we're gonna look at some Famitsu and we're gonna look at some rankings. So unfortunately, I'm a working man. Actually, let's see what the deal with these people are. So I can't... Whoa! Okay, he's taken He's taken, what did we name her? We named her Mamiya. He's taken Mamiya away. All right, but I do have a schedule to keep, alas. I'll make a save state here, because I do have to work in the morning. So I only stream 2 days a week, and I have to do it at pretty specific times because I gotta keep to a bit of a schedule here. So, but we're not done yet. We are not done yet. We do have a Famitsu on this one. Thank God. It's not that one. It's this one. And I believe this is an issue we've never looked at. So they did rate the Sufami one, and then we'll rate it ourselves. But as we like to do, let's take a peek. Well, let's get this arcade stick off my lap first, because it's warm. All right. Let's take a look at what we got for Famitsu for, what's our time frame here? The issue we are currently looking at is July 17th, 1992. And what was happening in that month? Well, Magical Taruruto... I always have trouble pronouncing this when I look at it. Magical Taruruto-kun 2 Maho Daiboken, so the big magical journey on the Famicom, that was happening. It didn't get good scores. It got a 4, a 3, a 4, and a 4. So they were not a big fan, clearly. We also have Pachinko Daisakusen 2, also on the Famicom. So the big, how would you translate that? The big Pachinko strategy, or Pachinko Wars, maybe. 6754. I guess some of us were not tired of Pachinko games on the Famicom yet. But this might be something that someone recognizes. And actually, I've really sort of had some regrets over this, about maybe I should have included this in gameplay harmonies, because this is the Famicom port of Yu no Quiz de Go Go, which was a Taito arcade game. And Yu, who is she from? Onyanko Club? Am I getting that right? I believe an idol group called Onyanko Club. I think I'm getting this right. Show me the members. Who are the members? Come on, I'm trying to... Yeah, Yu. Okay. Yukiko Iwai was a member of Onyanko Club, and her nickname was Yu. And so Taito somehow managed to feature her in it's a pretty basic quiz game, but the most miraculous thing about this is that they got that license again, and they re-released it as one of those expansion packs on the Egret 2 Mini. So you too can play, I mean, this is the Super Famicom port, but you too can play the original arcade version of Yu no Quiz de Go Go. But it didn't do great in Famitsu. It got a 6, 7, 5, and 5. So kind of middle of the road. It should have been, right, Starlight Midori Land? I'm sorry. It's just one of those that like slipped my mind at the time. I knew about it. I don't know why I didn't include it, but it just kind of got by me. But you're right. It was ripe territory for it. And then I could have, you know what? If I ever do a second edition, it's going in there. Let's see. And here's Hokuto no Ken 5, which we're about to look at here. We'll save the scores for just a second, though, because Soldier Blade, any Soldier Blade fans out there? That one of the entries in the Soldier series of shooters on the PC Engine got pretty good scores, 8775, not bad. I think was this Taco X? Of course it was Taco X. Taco X had to go and only give it a 5 because of course they did. We've also got a Mega Drive Super Dodgeball like. How would we read this? Hondo no nandake? Maybe Kakyuji Kakyuji Doji Dampe? I might be a little off on the reading of that. Okay, I got Dampe right. I did get the reading correctly of that. Just doing it with no furigana from sight. Good job, me. Which got a 6775. I have never played this. I've played Soldier Blade. Soldier Blade's pretty solid. Okay, so I think I got that. Tokyuji. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see it now. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's played this. I mean, I like a super dodgeball. Soldier Blade is solid as hell game. That's a good Blue Swing. I really feel like I've seen someone mention Blue Swing before. I'm gonna keep this up on the side here. In fact, let me, you know what? Wait a second. Do I have? Okay, Lonesome Blue is what I have bookmarked. I have a little thing that I do for artists I want to research. So let me kind of put that. Okay, there. I'm going to put them under my artist folder to look into them. How about that? All right. Final Soldier was indeed a Japanese exclusive. All right, so unfortunately we didn't get to see what Famitsu rated Hokuto no Ken 4 on the Famicom because I just couldn't find the Famitsu review of that. Weirdly, I looked up and down and it just wasn't around. Actually, I mean, I feel like this got pretty decent scores for what it was. It got a 7665, so I feel like that's relatively fair. Because I was maybe a little bit more charmed by it than I probably should have been, but in the end, was it really that special for a Super Famicom RPG? Probably not, right? On the RPG scale. But I was just so impressed with it over 4 that I couldn't help myself. So Taco X basically says, system-wise, it's identical to Dragon Quest. And he's probably not too wrong about that. Yeah, I've played some of the fighting games on Super Famicom, and next week we're going to get more into them because they're going to be the bulk of the program next week. I believe next week we're going to have 2 fighting games and a PS1 Saturn adventure game, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. So system-wise, it's about the same as Dragon Quest. He says it's in terms of being easy to understand, it's pretty up there. But yeah, okay, it wasn't just me. Taco X also feels like it has weird scrolling, choppy scrolling, which I also did feel as I was playing it. But all those games had choppy scrolling from 3 on. They were all felt weird. So let's see, choppy scrolling. I have to look up this particular word that I don't know the kanji for off the top of my head here. Okay, this is tampaku. Okay. So, and then he says he was troubled by the choppy scrolling and the very simplistic battles. The battles were pretty simplistic. I don't know if they were more or less simplistic than, any of the Hokuto RPGs we've seen before now, right? So he actually thought that the acho, the little sound bites that they put in mid battle were half-assed. They were half done. And just the whole thing felt a little bit not incomplete isn't really the right word, but not well put together, I guess you could say. It says it went by pretty quickly, it was a pretty snappy game, but the battle just seemed half-baked, and so it left him feeling pretty unsatisfied. I guess maybe I didn't get far enough to know if, how much of, but yeah, I mean, the battles were very simplistic, right? You could just definitely mash your way through them. I kind of was. But let's see what our 7 had to say. So who is our 7? Who gave it a 7? That was Hamamura Tsushin. Good old Hamamura Tsushin. All right. So let's see. So yeah, he's basically just saying like swords are fists. Oops. And magic is what do we call these techniques? What are the actual word we used for these? Oh, just like secret. It's not a real translatable word, but it's like secret techniques basically. Let's see. But if you consider that, it's your pretty typical RPG, which is true. It's just dressed up in different terminology, right? He actually said that, interesting. He said that the game balance was actually really tuned toward difficulty and you'll die right away. Maybe I would have need to reach the first boss to agree or disagree with that, but like, I don't know. Felt pretty like, what happened, Hamamura Tsushin? Did you just like not buy weapons and armor or what's going on there, buddy? Like it didn't seem that bad to me, but maybe I was missing something. And he also said that as far as grading the graphics, they really wouldn't get that high of a grade. I mean, on the Super Famicom scale, they weren't amazing, right? But again, coming off of those Famicom games, it just made him seem that much better. And yet, I continued to play it anyway. Let's see here. Double Dragon Games, Final Vendetta. Okay, they're all Mother Russia Bleeds. They're all on sale, huh? Let's see. So, okay, right around after the midpoint in the game. Oh, okay. So I apologize for not being able to get this far in a night, but he does mention that some nostalgic companions appear halfway through the game. So we might get somebody there at some point. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to play some of this game on my own a little. I won't be able to do it anytime soon, but that's something to recommend it. I feel like if you got like some known characters to join your team, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, but he said, but people who are really into the source material will be really into this. So he gave it a 7. But that leaves one question remaining, doesn't it? And you all know what that question is. We have to figure out where it falls for us. And I think this is actually one of the more interesting. This is certainly the most interesting one we've had all night, I feel, personally. So for those who are just seeing our ranking, here it is. Right up at the top of the list, we've got good old Black Belt. Underneath that, we've got Last Battle. Underneath that, we've got the first Famicom RPG, which actually featured the characters of Fist of the North Star and actually went through the series. So we played that last stream. Underneath that, we have the second Fist of the North Star action game on the Famicom, the one that came west as Fist of the North Star, but it was indeed the second one in Japan. It was an action game. Beneath that, we have 4, Hokuto no Ken 4, which we played before this, and was an RPG based in the world of Fist of the North Star that continued after the story was over. Pretty dry. Then we've got the Game Boy game, which we played earlier on in the stream. Then we have the very first Famicom game, Pile of Trash. And then we have the PC 8881 game, very obtuse adventure game, Hokuto no Ken Violence Gekiga Adventure. So that's our ranking so far. But we have to determine where this one fits in for us. So let's start with the easy stuff, right? Let's start with the easy stuff first. So what are we thinking in terms of it being better than 4, right? No, surely no one will argue that 4 was better than this. Surely. I think we can at least all agree on that. I personally think that this is a better game than the Hokuto no Ken 2. Yep, agreed. I think I'm going to go as far as to say, and maybe people will disagree with me here, even though Hokuto no Ken 3 is just you playing through the story of Hokuto no Ken, which is maybe what you want, I think that this is a more fun game to play than Hokuto no Ken 3. It is my list, but I also want to consider all of your opinions as well. So do not be afraid to attempt to change my mind if you feel that I am making a grievous error. I think even though it's its own original story, especially if characters show up later, I think because of the quality of life stuff and because of the kind of extra oomph that the Super Famicom gave to it, I feel like there's a really good argument for putting it above 3, personally. Right? I think it's fair. I do not think it's better than Last Battle. I can't in good conscience put it above Last Battle. So I feel like this might be where it belongs. Right here. Our new number 3. Hokuto no Ken 5. Who would have thought? I thought it was just going to go down. I thought 3 was where the RPGs would have peaked, and 4 was worse, and 5 was going to be even worse. But I don't know. They managed to make original characters work. Yes, it does. It does. It maybe, but I feel like, and again, this is just my opinion, I feel like the fact that it didn't let you be Kenshiro, and 3 did let you be Kenshiro, I feel like this does more right with its gameplay and game feel to overcome that. Because this was a pretty primitive Famicom RPG, and I feel like this just had a much better feel to it. Yeah, definitely not as good as Last Battle. This is not going to beat those two. So this is kind of where we're sitting. I for one feel very good about this. I'm very happy with this as a list so far. But as I was saying earlier, so for those, because I think we have a couple new faces here today. So I usually stream every Tuesday and Thursday around the same time, around 7 p.m. Central on Twitch and YouTube. Every once in a while I take a day off, but that's not going to happen next week. So Tuesday I usually kind of save for variety. It's usually retro. I actually don't know. I have some ideas, but I can't confirm yet what I'll be doing for Tuesday. You'll just have to wait and see. But Thursday is going to be Hokuto no Ken 6 and 7, which are both fighting games on the Super Famicom. And my God, we will finally see Rei in a video game. Ooh, Pepsi Man. I do want to do Pepsi Man at some point. Let me think about that one. Pepsi Man is that one would be a tough one to clear in a stream. Not that I have to clear every game that I stream, but if we don't do Pepsi Man on Tuesday, Pepsi Man will happen at some point for sure. You can rest assured, but I'll have to think it over. I'll have to weigh that against my other ideas. But Thursday will indeed be Hokuto no Ken 6 and 7, and also the game simply titled Hokuto no Ken it's a 1995-1996 game on the Saturn and PlayStation. I don't know which version we'll play yet. But it's a graphic adventure, so we're going back to that. It's got to be better than Violence Gekiga Adventure. At least I hope to God it is, because it's a much more later in time type adventure game. So got a couple fighting games and an adventure game. So that's what we've got for next Hokuto no Thursday. And with that, yeah, I've never played that Saturn PS1 game. Never, not even for a second. So I'll be looking forward to see what it has to offer. So thank you so many for showing up. My goodness, you've all been so lovely tonight, and I really appreciate you all stopping by. So I hope you will consider coming by for whatever Tuesday is, and next week, Thursday. But until Tuesday, omae wa mou shindeiru. What?